I felt my energy was too much for the room.
You're coming into like a stagnant pool of water and you're like stirring it up.
We're pawning on viewers.
Pawning a verb? Quacks are you first time ever in the chat. Just says, wait a second.
Oh, yeah? Okay. What's up? Let's back it out.
Get out, everybody.
I'm basically Magic Mike.
Baboon.
Go.
Oh, we can spend some toots. It's a big thing now. The wedding, you just have a saxophone just comes out.
Look at that up and down, crazy wiggle action.
Hey! F.
Welcome to Back Pocket for Thursday the 29th of September, coming at you live from the Loki Studios, starring Stephanie Ben Dixon, Peter Burns, Little Will,
No!
Gus Ronald, Little Will. It's your boy Nick Boy Richardson. Tonight on the show, we hypercharge our Gumbrella to dig deep and low to find the slime that allows us to bulge, preparing for our pending motherhood.
Motherhood.
I think tonight's gonna be our freakiest show yet.
Motherhood thing?
The Mother Goose piece of shit that he's gonna make us play later.
Are you going to add that into the rig?
Well, there's not a lot of games to be able to do the... Can you take a picture of what's going on here right now?
Yeah.
Because he's got a very, like, paint me like one of your French girls situation happening.
Dang, that's hot.
Yes, looks so good. Spread that crotch, baby.
Sexy man.
Gus, can we get the wide?
Leave it.
Will?
Yeah, there it is.
Who's in control of this shit show?
Oh, sorry.
Welcome, everybody. I'm excited for this. I feel like I'm happy to be here.
Same.
I feel like a frisky teenager making out with a lover in a alleyway.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I always come in here like with the troubles of the world and then they ease.
That's me. That's the effect of me.
You do tend
Comes
to
in with meat.
Yeah, and you make a sound effect before a greeting. You come in and go, ha, and then you say hello.
That's true.
Good.
That's just me around the house all day just making
Really?
those sounds.
I know. I'm like, are you all right? Yeah. All right. I'm like, I can't fucking help you.
Yep. I don't know what to
You don't want help? You're not getting it.
No, well, it's because then if you do help me, then you're grumpy about it. So I do want your help, but I don't want you to help me, but I do want you to help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. It's a constant battle.
Yeah.
That's married life.
This is Gus's constant battle right now.
Downward.
Deal.
It's too slippery. They've been oiled since last week.
Don't, you'll get grumpy.
They've been oiled since last week.
You've been oiling the mics?
Yeah.
Oh, we had an issue with overexcited Mike in our play date shoot this week. Just kept popping up.
Well, no, it didn't, because it tightened it.
Oh,
Stay.
he's gonna
Remember?
screw it,
Tighten it.
Jesus.
and everything will be fine.
Welcome to the show. Happy to have everybody here. I see Fourth Reaper, Dolphin Mans, Lord Phoenix, all the fucking usuals. Let's get some Aaron Unlocked. There you go.
What?
Okay, don't read it. Look at me. Eyes on me. I went, it's all the same usual people. Let's get someone I haven't heard anything from. Let's learn about someone new.
Yeah, okay.
I say Aaron Unlocked. Aaron's message. I just got back from a funeral today and have another one to go to next week. Old people need to stop dying.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not, well
no,
population, they have to
At
die.
least-
Old people need to die.
Yeah, at least they are old and their lives weren't cut short
That's
Yeah.
true.
horribly.
Yeah.
You know when you go to a graveyard and you see like a...
Fuck, really? Really, Steph?
I love graveyards. I think they're kind of weird monuments.
You're about to say a tiny coffin.
You're about to say a tiny coffin.
No. When you see a broken column, that means someone's life was cut short.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah,
Broken
yeah.
column.
I thought it was just vandal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
think people
too.
kicking over tombstones.
No. It's like if they have got a column on it that's broken, that usually symbolizes that life was cut short.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do they have a column instead of a tombstone?
It's
cold's
no, it's
usually
like you know how sometimes there's like an angel or a something or whatever.
yeah.
That's what that represents.
So does Betty White just have a fuck off column?
Yeah, it just like a big dick into the sky.
That's how she wanted to be remembered.
Yeah.
That really tickled Will.
Well, yeah, I can see the graphic.
Be like
animated.
What's coming out of pocket next week, buddy?
the monolith from the flight simulator in Melbourne. You know, like just
Oh, yeah. Totally.
past
that.
the top of
Yeah,
it. It
I
just
love that.
goes forever.
I love that.
Like your light warmer.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Can you though?
Me though.
You have a sickly pallor about you.
A sickly pallor.
You'll be a half column before we.
Every boy wants to hear a woman say that to him. You have a sickly
Yeah, but-
pallor about you.
Oh, this is good, Will.
You urchin.
I love what's happening here.
What you said?
Ooh, moody.
Okay.
Now you got to play.
Ooh, I
you got to
like
play
that.
some jazz.
I can live with that.
Okay.
Wear sunglasses. Yeah.
I don't have any sunnies, sorry.
Oh,
Cool
no.
Do you want my sunglasses?
Yeah.
Will. I also have sunglasses. If you feel like mine will be cooler.
I feel like I'm in the Rise of Skywalker.
No one
You're
saw
in.
that. No one gets that reference.
It was just all blue.
Was it?
There was a lot of blue in that movie. Thank you.
Oh, I'm getting some serial killer vibes now.
Yeah, you missed that. Yeah. there's a lot of
yeah.
I am watching a lot of that
The
dumb.
Dharma
With the mustache and the hair, this is very 70s.
Can we
I feel
look
like now this is Johnny Depp in Blow. He's about to sell everyone cocaine.
Oh yes. Oh
Want
my
some-
god.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say it.
Now it's cool.
Yeah.
Where's Nick going?
There's more. There's
More
more.
bits.
What's happening here?
Purple neckerchiefs? What? Oh no, that's a.
Oh, I
We have a
see.
box of neckerchiefs.
That's
Killing him!
There's
He's
a
killing him!
pillowcase.
Just joking me. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's giving,
yeah.
he's giving him a cool Johnny Depp
Holy
scarf.
Yeah, yeah, there we go.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
Holy shit!
There we go.
Wow. What a guy.
I'd buy blow from him.
He's the frisky teenager in the alleyway.
Alley.
Fuck, Will, you look
That looks
shit.
fantastic.
All right, I'll
We
wear
all look
t-shirts
shit
like
it.
this
Look
all-
at that. Like,
Will,
go from that.
Will, you have caused a problem.
Make us look very average in this.
Chat is in a
feel sexy.
state.
They're in a lather. Good. How's everybody doing? How's your week been?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I believe you.
Sold.
Everything's fine.
Pretty good.
I'm excited. I am ever excited for PAX. It's going to be busy, but I'm excited and I'm like psyching myself up for it.
Yeah.
I think I might be getting excited the same way Nick is, which is I'm excited to drink a lot.
Aroused?
I'm excited to drink a lot down there, and so I've started drinking a lot in the lead up to it, thinking it's already PAX time.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
so
you're
I'm-
kind of like you're in
You're
the
pre-gaming packs.
Pre-game
Yeah.
PAX.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because it's been irking me all week. Because earlier in the week, we're here in the office, we're talking about PAX, we're organizing schedules and stuff. And I said, and there was, Gus was sort of like filling all of our time with filming. It was ridiculous. You were going through every moment to just be, we could do this, we could do. And I was like, I just need you to know that at some point I'm going to leave and I'm going to go drink with friends. And that's mainly what my PAX experience is going to be. Is like, I don't want to go to a panel when I'm not in pain from a hangover. I don't want to do that. And you said to me, I have never had a drink at PAX. And you kind of looked at me in this way of being like, and I expect you won't either. And I was like, all right, you and I have wildly different expectations of how
No,
next
no,
weekend
no!
is
Take me down that alley. Like, make me down that.
That alley?
Do you want to get lost? You want to get lost, young man?
Melbourne's full of alleys. They know what they mean. No, I'm up for it. I'm up for a boozy PAX. In fact, I'll probably be hungover for most of PAX by the time I get there at the rate I'm going currently.
Yeah, good. Great.
Listen, I have so much work on every day, so it is very important that I do not get drunk at PAX.
Double down. Keep going in the morning.
Very
You're a
important.
fun drunk.
Your appearances
But
will
I'm
be
a
hilarious.
horrible hangover person.
Stay drunk.
Yep, that's it.
Can't do that. Can't
hair
do
of the
that.
dog.
Got to film stuff. Got to be up early. Got to be doing things. Got to be remembering to be like
You can,
sprightly.
Got to be sprightly.
it can be done. You can be sprightly and then have a cheeky chunder. Back
Listen.
to the sprightly.
Cheeky
Listen.
chunder.
Think
the alley.
about me like as a aloof space cadet of a person. And
How
then, like,
else
I
do
don't
we
have
think
this.
about
Isn't
you?
okay, this isn't a stretch from where we are.
Yeah, it's like,
No, no, no.
where's the hypothetical
but it's
stuff?
like imagine that like times 5 because I'm sick and hungover and haven't slept much.
I think I've seen you hungover. I think you're more direct when you're hungover.
Yeah,
what you want.
You're focused.
And you're focused.
Yeah. What I want is to vomit and die.
Kebab? Vomit? Later.
Vomit.
How do I make these things happen?
No.
Now, has my PAX boyfriend been in touch?
No.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, he may not have been in the chat that day. I think he came back and said that he's living in an apartment and he's doing well.
Okay. I mean, I don't
Maybe
care what he's
he-
doing outside of the hour that he's with me when he'll be doing.
Well, I think
phenomenal.
more that I'm just saying that, like, maybe he doesn't need you anymore. You know what I mean? Like, he's found himself and he is enough.
No.
So
No.
he doesn't need a PAX boyfriend.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Really? On air?
Finding out that you're not enough?
Did you know this is
Your kryptonite.
This is the first time I've ever been rejected. Okay, good. Fuck you too. I never needed you. I'm happy. Gus, you had a beer at midnight. You had 2 of them.
I'm rejected all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I feel like you've never been rejected. Have you ever known heartbreak?
You haven't known heartbreak, Pete?
No,
Oh, fuck you.
Isn't that
I
amazing?
don't think so. Oh, I mean, there's definitely been like, of course, there's been like crushes unrequited, but like,
Oh yeah.
An unrequited crush.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You've never had someone say, I know you're desperately in love with me, but I just don't feel the same way about you and I don't want to spend any more time with you. Goodbye.
You sicken me.
I've
No,
only had
never
to happen
anyone
once. And it
vomit
was,
at that.
he vomited.
I've never had anyone vomit it.
Okay.
He just made a. You got to pay attention.
You got to pay
Yeah,
attention,
you gotta
mate.
pay
I
attention.
missed
Yeah.
it
Gotta
also.
pay attention.
Good. Okay. So you're a little bit drunk. And Pete, how's your week been?
You were there.
Yeah, I know. For the whole thing.
That's been busy. It's been
Okay, good. Yeah, it has been busy. We are busy getting ready for PAX now. As you know, there's the talent show happening 6:30 p.m. Friday. Logitech Quokka Theatre. We have a stacked panel.
stereo now in stereo.
There is still time for you to submit a talent if you want. We've got enough, but if you do want to, we've got some great ones. It should be really fun. But if you want to put one in, we are happy to burn through things more quickly. We would always rather have more, but no pressure. But if you do want to, there's still a bit of time. But it should be a really fun show. So come along. Very excited to see all of you on stage doing things. And then we also are going to be doing. We're going to be at the Aussie Broadband booth
Yes.
on 11 a.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So all 3 mornings.
Doing Gamer Helpline live.
Live.
So we're answering your gaming problems. So you need to come to us with gaming problems and we will give you excellent answers.
I mean,
Fix them
they
on
know-
spot, guaranteed.
They know the show. They've seen the show. They know the kind of advice, the caliber of the advice they're going to get.
Yep.
Yeah. Serious
Oh, yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
We
Bring
Pure
serious
bullshit.
questions.
Pure.
We bring a bit of we put a bit of seriousness in there.
Yeah. I mean,
Sprinkle a little horseshit.
yeah. Don't come with any. No bummers. That's the only rule. So that means you can come and hang out with us. 11 o'clock every morning at the PAX booth. At the Aussie Broadband booth in the show floor. So come along. We'll be there for half an hour. We'll be able to talk. We'll go through these problems, help solve, get some advice from you guys as well. There's also in Nightbot right now, there's a link to a form to fill out for some questions because there's going to be a box there to submit questions. But the first day, it's like 11 a.m. We're going to be there. Most people will have only just got into the show in the first place, so not have time to submit them. So submit some questions there and we'll get through them. There's some prizes to win. It should be a blast, so come along.
I love prizes.
Well, I mean, come along to the Aussie Broadband booth. Come along to our live show. Come and find us. You might get a little prize
Oh, yeah.
of your own, Stephanie.
Oh yes! Oh, this is so exciting. We have our pins.
We got
Pins!
PAX pockety pins have arrived. Do your best to
I was
hold
just
that
I was
fire.
just telling Gus that I was putting my lanyard together last night with all my pins on it because I've got
yeah.
I've got an old screenplay pin on there. I've got a
times.
GGSP pin on there. I've got Witcher stuff. I've got Destiny stuff. I have the Bo Burnham pin that you gave me, Peter.
Sure do.
It's awesome.
But we've got our first little pockety one, and it's come out really good.
It is so nice.
It's so.
It's a little pockety.
It's,
Here's the PAX
it's
one.
crisp. The detail is perfect. He's got the little PAX cap on.
It's got the Enforcer t-shirt on,
Yeah.
and it's a little die-cast one. A soft enamel for anyone asking at home.
yeah, it's
soft
beautiful.
die-cast
You can chew
enamel.
right through it.
You can swallow as many of them as we give you. So it's got the little cool bumps and ray stuff. It
So
looks cool.
we've got a couple of hundred of these. We don't have a heap, but we've got a few hundred. How many did we get?
Couple hundred.
Couple hundred? Yeah, a couple hundred.
Yeah, let's leave it at 200.
Somewhere between
207.
200 and 208.
Yeah.
So we will be handing these out randomly. We'll hand some out at the Aussie Broadband booth. We'll hand some out at the show. Maybe you see us on the show floor. Maybe we'll have them.
Buy me a drink, you'll get one.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I got
Oh, he's profiteering.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. So come along and do that. The final thing, if you want to have a drink, we should just, yeah?
So, yeah, you need to be 18.
You're right. I'm glad someone finally said it. We're going to be doing a bit of a meetup as well, which we think will be happening on the Saturday at 4 p.m. At a to-be-determined location, but probably like
one of those pubs.
Yeah, one of those.
walk
Hope
out of
builders or
PAX,
something.
find a bar or pub,
Yeah.
and look for us, and
So it'll be...
We'll put it on our socials.
Totally.
Yeah, we'll put it on socials and we'll put it on Discord. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be like before Will's Eto panel, and then also before Steph and I are doing the Lenovo Great Debate with John Skopoulos, Ruby, Jess McDonald,
Alex Walker.
So that should be a lot of fun as well.
That's it then.
so you can go to those.
Yep.
Well, Pete, what do we do?
We'll still be at the pub, probably.
There you go.
With pins.
You're
with
not gonna,
drinks.
you're not going to watch our excellent panel?
Pins for drinks.
You're not going to watch our panel?
We're going to put together fantastic arguments.
Your wife and your best friend.
I'm going to be
Your
throwing out.
wife and your best friend. in the
The
whole-
topic is reboots and remakes are killing new ideas.
You are the...
Affirmative.
I am the...
Negative.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking milk.
Oh my gosh, that's when you look like you're Bo Burnham. You're welcome to the internet, guys.
Welcome to the internet.
Shit, you two.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah.
And if you tilt your head down about 30 degrees to your left, up a bit, to your right. Now you got the Christmas lights in your
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, you
Hey.
go. Very good.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's been
Incredible.
killing me, and I just got it. It wasn't until I saw a reflection in your glasses that I was like catapulted back.
There it
Yeah, the reflection of someone slowly self-destructing this morning. So keep an eye on the socials, but 4 p.m. at one of those pubs, probably Boat Builders or something near PAX, and then we'll have a couple of drinks, and then everyone can head off to the fun panels that we got planned.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. That's all the housekeeping I need to take care of. Anyone else want to say anything?
The Edo and Great Debate panels do not overlap. Will starts at 5:30 and goes till 6:30.
5, I think.
5 till 6.
Yeah.
5 till 6, and you guys start
That's a
at
short
6:30.
amount of
It's
time to
perfect.
drink the amount of milk that you
Yeah, you're going to be
Well,
drinking a lot of milk.
yeah.
How's
Then
that
you
on
get
the
a
tum?
Fine on my tum.
Yeah, okay.
Probably less on other tums.
Yeah, right. You got like an iron milk tum.
Yeah. Well, it leaves. You know.
like
It's a well-seasoned time.
Yeah.
lactose
It's aware of the milk. Yeah.
You know that you're never allowed to wear anything else now.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling that.
This is your thing.
I'm going to be forever cramped trying to hold a t-shirt to my neck.
it's a
pillowcase.
It's a pillowcase.
It's a pillowcase. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
We can't really
Easy.
see it.
I just think we get
can-
you into
if it's annoying.
cravats.
I think he looks
Yeah.
great in that.
Mate, it's a great addition to your look.
I think one of those kind of tightly rolled kerchiefs that you tie around the neck, like a little, like a cowboy.
yeah.
A little,
Like a little
backwards.
cowboy.
Cowboy, basically, who wears like
It's-
a
it's-
bandana.
Like the Milky
No,
Bar
no.
Kid.
It's like a bandana, but you wear
Right.
it around your neck. I
Yeah.
think that would look good.
Yeah,
I'll take
like a chief. Okay, good. Let's move on with the show with a little segment we like to call Just Saying What Y'all Been Playing, presented by BuriBuri. BuriBuri. Has someone been in touch with BuriBuri about
Yeah,
that?
BuriBuri's been in touch with me.
Fantastic work.
Wait, BuriBuri has a panel?
BuriBuri has a
Talent, sorry.
Oh, a talent.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
should have a talent.
just the one.
BuriBuri has a whole panel?
Imagine if your talent was doing a panel and you come up on our show and
yeah.
do a panel.
Although that
I was like, what is the BuriBuri panel?
We'd allow it.
yeah,
Like
Totally.
it's like the Aussie broadband thing, but it's just legal questions.
that's what it should. Her panel should be. I'll allow it. That should be the name of the panel. And people and Aussie and indie devs come up with just relatively simple legal questions that have been sort of like bugging them. And she gives 1 hour of free advice to as many people as possible. I mean, it's not great for her business, but it's awesome.
I thought you meant
She has a presentation at GCAP.
Pro bono.
Awesome.
There you
I
go.
thought you meant
Oh,
for
hell
an
yeah.
hour, she just allows everything, so it's just enabling. So people come up and ask for permission to do
Can I
things.
commit
wanna do a heroin.
She allows it, and then just for that hour, that's all you get.
I love it. Great.
It's only legal until the end of that.
And,
hour.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
they can legally say that they were advised by their
By a judge.
solicitor.
Yeah. It's like international waters.
Yeah.
The Logitech Pocket Theatre for 1 hour.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want in that space.
That's great. I love it. Cool. Well, thank you very much, BuriBuri. Looking forward to meeting you in person as well. Looking forward to meeting so many people in person. So many new people that started watching the show, like started watching Back Pocket when we started,
Yeah.
who we haven't actually ever been able to sort of meet in person. So come up and introduce yourself. We'll be around the whole time. Like, please come say hi.
Can I make a request also that when you introduce yourself, you say your name and your screen name?
Yeah, I don't.
So often people don't realize that their face is not connected to their screen name.
Yeah.
And we don't know the same, not in every case, but
Have you
Yeah.
done the one where you meet someone and it's lovely to meet them, and then later on you get told they're that person, and you're like, oh my God, the whole time I thought this was a separate person.
so many times.
Yeah,
so many times.
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's talk about the games that we've been playing this week. Gus, start us off.
Sure
What have you
thing.
been playing?
I jumped into Slime Rancher 2 because I saw that made its way to Game Pass, the much-awaited sequel to Slime Rancher 1, funnily enough. And I never played Slime Rancher 1. I heard nothing but good things. People got really into it. People got really into it in the same way, obviously, the farming element of Stardew Valley, that people were like, you just lose so much time farming slimes, doing all that kind of stuff. So I thought, I'll jump in on 2. That sounds good. But it is still technically early access, even though it's out on Game Pass. It has a big screen at the start saying work in progress kind of thing, which I was like, okay, it looks fairly polished. It looks fairly finished. I jumped into it. The game has a very hands-off introduction where it puts you on an island with a quick storyboard at the storybook at the start that says, you finish on your previous island, and a boat turns up and says, come to another island. And I was like, okay, so it's a little light on the narrative, but I like that in these kind of games, and I like less hand-holding. I like a game that just says, work it all out, explore it. Minecraft.
You just want to get down to business.
Totally. Minecraft 101 being like the best example of that, just going like, good luck, work it all out. The thing that I then discovered is, for anyone who doesn't know the gameplay loop, it is incredibly addictive and I don't want to say satisfying, compelling loop that is you go out with your vacuum suck thing, you catch slimes with that, you bring them back to an area or a corral that you make, or a pen, you put them in there, and then they shit out little crystals called plorts. You suck them up, cash them in for money, rinse and repeat, and make bigger pens, add to your facilities, upgrade your gun, go out, you're able to catch more slimes, repeat the process, and go on like that. So it's a pretty simple loop, but it is, my God, it is like, it's addictive in the way that the cash flow and the get more, put them in a pen, yada, yada, yada. That's really cool.
It's cookie clicking, but with poo.
Yeah, essentially.
Like, make the number goes up.
Slimy, smiling poos,
Yeah,
which, thank God they are smiling. Thank God they are not real animals, because I fucking hate them.
Oh.
I don't know if this is kind of the enjoyment that people get out of this game, is the slimes themselves are annoyingly, like, they bounce around and make this little noise. And the idea is you actually want to battery farm them. You cram them into these pens. I'm not, everyone who's played the game knows, you, at the start, you can
no one
only
has
afford...
ever thought you're joking about anything.
Sounds cruel.
They are constantly bouncing, trying to get out. So the first pen you have, you put as many as you can in because you want to make as much money as possible. They start leaping out of the pen. You realize you can build higher walls. You can put a little roof on it, and you can eventually afford a pen that you just keep, you know, like unloading your slimes into this cage until they are just wedged in there. And you're like, more, I need more of you. The resentment I had for how annoying they were that they would break out and like make a mess of my farm made me want to...
You mean your prison?
My prison made me want to imprison them more, because I found the actual slimes themselves incredibly, by design and also sort of like their gameplay mechanic, frustrating.
I mean, I'm looking at that one and it looks quite cute and reminiscent of a bunny.
Sure, but when it leaps out, and when it leaps, it like sends all the others out and they just scatter among the area, you're like, ugh.
Can I just quickly say here, before we forget, speaking of hateful things that Gus does, Gus has been holding on to a rope story for the post show.
Oh, right, yeah.
For days now. Now, he has not told us what it is.
Sure.
But in between telling us, remind me to talk about the rope story, and today, he has shared several things with Pete and I that have been astronomically problematic. And so I am excited to find out what happens in the rope story.
I just sent a photo of the rope and said, remind me to tell you about the rope story.
Yeah.
Post-show. So that'll be in that.
As you were. So is there enough game here in this early access version, or it's more just the base mechanic and...
I believe so. One of the things that I'm going to lay on the negatives or the things I found frustrating with it, because the game really didn't gel with me the way I thought it might. One of those is that when you turn up to this sort of atrium, this rundown facility at the start, there's a lot there that you can't use yet and that you need to buy or that you need to slowly work your way up to. And it's all in very limited areas. It's not very creative. It's just like, here's the 5 areas you can put your pens. Here's the 6 computers that won't boot up yet. And so I know you're looking at them thinking they're cute. They're not cute. They're frustrating. You want to put them in pens. Stop looking at them with like googly eyes. And
Dehumanize them.
Yeah.
They are nothing. They are filth.
They are just an excuse for plorts, which is for currency. I wanted to build my farm. I thought the idea of it being a slime rancher was that you would build this area. It's just basically like you can only build in these pre-designated areas. Yeah. So the creativity of that didn't really gel with me. The actual slime catching themselves or the gameplay in that, I found you just head out into this island. There's very little to few predators. All the slimes leap out at once, and you've only got a limited amount until you upgrade your vac that you can capture and run back to your base. So I didn't see it challenging. Not in the way that
bigger.
Well, yeah.
It's a big one though.
Oh, that one's pleading for its life.
Why is it so big? Did it...
They eat
each other?
items, and then well, look, Sassos is saying bug snacks vibes. I really found the island of bug snacks really interesting. I found the bugs themselves. I liked the mechanic of having to lure them out and catch them. Even Pokemon or...
I was going to say, I don't know what the friction in this is.
Either do I.
Other than you probably never have quite enough money that you want, which pushes you back out to get more slimes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh, I want that new item or I want that new upgrade. I'll need to go and farm more slimes, but I can only capture this many. There are like tar slimes later on, I think, which are like can do damage, and there are different evolve states of them, that kind of thing as well.
So crossbred ones get big.
They all get, the more you feed them, they get bigger. You need to feed them as well.
That's not how it works in real life.
No.
They generally get like smaller and with hair on the palms of their hands and cross-eyed.
No hair on the knuckles, that kind of thing.
Are you thinking about incest?
That's inbreeding.
No, crossbreeding.
Okay.
Crossbreeding, no.
Well, unless you're breeding with something that has hairy palms.
That's what I'm talking about.
Every time.
But inbreeding, aren't you?
No, I'm
Robin
talking
Williams.
about Gus kidnapping someone and making it fuck one of the other things he kidnapped.
So
It had hairy palms.
This was one of the conversations that Gus had with us during the...
No, I really didn't get, apart from the initial hook of just more currency, more slimes, the enjoyment of the story itself didn't feel very involved. The farm itself or the ranch or whatever I'm in at the start didn't feel like I was that invested in wanting to explore the island or upgrade it. It just seemed like the loop of catch slimes, farm slimes wasn't enough for me. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy the kind of 4 or 5 hours I played with it. And
played 4 or 5 hours of this?
Well, as I said, I wanted to put as many of them in a cage as possible. And I did. And that cage was just red or pink slimes just wedged in there. And I was like, I can get more of you. Because that is the most satisfying part of the game, is that when you vacuum them up, you take them to those pens and they're like a one-way wall.
I was about to say.
You just fire them into there. And so it's full. And they're like, you're not full enough. And you start firing them in and they're like, woo, 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 woo. And then they're just wedged in there. And then eventually the top pops and they all burst out. And I was like,
psychopath.
Yeah. So I know I did hate play it a little, Hugaholic. There's a lot that the game is showing you early on in this area as well. It's like, you're gonna love getting all this. I was like, no, I just didn't feel the draw to want to explore and find all that stuff.
It almost feels like it feels like this is a game that's trying to game gamers in terms of like, I'm specifically targeting the things that you like and making it easier for you, and in turn making it less fun. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's almost like
I get where you're going at. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Just mechanics?
Yeah. It's like there's so much of the busy work of survival games and farming games and stuff like that is just like I would normally think is tedious, but all of that stuff is what makes it ultimately rewarding. And this seems like they've tried to like make it fun in like a
It's the poker machine version of it.
Yeah.
Lots
Yes,
of sound
that's
effects
a-
and
Totally.
That's a great
instant
way to
gratification.
Will,
describe
did
it.
you play the first Slime Rancher?
No, not at all. No.
I just feel like because it's a sequel, it's kind of just I
I
just have
think-
no knowledge of the first one.
Again, the last island-based cutesy strange game I played was Bugsnax, and I really enjoyed that.
Bang.
And I think part of that was that story, that mysterious setup. And here it literally is just like, hey, you're having fun on this island. And the other thing that was weird, I know I'm sounding very hateful at the moment, the game starts and goes like, and by the way, love everyone and be really nice to everyone. It like literally says that at the start, and I was like, but sure, but like, is that part of this
no.
character?
Yeah.
Is that part of this character?
That's like,
who am I
remember,
playing
kids,
as?
don't do drugs.
Yeah, it was like, hey, everything's really positive in this world. And I was like, okay, what's the challenge? And I don't love this main character that to go, I have
They
empathy.
know
for
they've
that.
made creatures that are annoying, and they're like trying
I
to.
think they're annoying. I think they're fucking adorable.
Yeah.
I think that Gus is filled with
That's
hate.
cute as shit.
These are actually really cute and satisfying.
That could be part of the. I'll finish on this. It could be part of the early access. It could be like they're going to flesh out that story, and there are other characters. I got some little radio messages from other characters, but at this stage, it was too late in the process of the game. I was like, you've introduced your main mechanic to me, and you haven't hooked me with a reason I want to be doing this outside of, as you said, that kind of poker
Did
machine
it sound
mentality.
like it could have been irony?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I think it's just early access.
Yeah, I
so
think
it's
it's
just
just-
the
I think it's
mechanics
just
are there.
mechanics right now,
and,
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
stories and
I hope so, because I know a lot of people love this series. The game's getting a lot of positive feedback. So yeah, I think this is just my take on it, which is not a particularly positive one, unfortunately. But yeah.
Talk to us about a good game.
Yeah, I had a lot more fun with another game I played, which was Shovel Knight Dig, which came out, I think, late last week. And Yacht Club Games, Shovel Knight, this wonderfully iconic character that they created. Earlier than that, actually. But 2019 is when I think they bundled all the Shovel Knight games together, which was
the first one was like 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely further back than that. But Shovel Knight is was originally a side-scrolling platformer done in like the 8-bit NES style, beautifully done in a way that almost convinced me that I'm like, was this an old game? It was so convincing in the early stages of that. They've since released heaps of expansions on Shovel Knight, and then they branched out into, I think it was Puzzle Dungeon recently. It's kind of like this great mascot that would work for all these other genres of game. This game is obviously flipped around, and it is the vertical version of a platformer. It is a roguelike. You are doing runs in procedurally generated sort of tiled dungeons with different areas as you move through it. And the one thing that really stuck out to me when I started, I was like, this feels like it should have been the first game in their series, because Shovel Knight is a cool character who just obviously is a knight with a shovel, and there's heaps of lore. There's all the other knights who all have cool themes and stuff. There's Shield Knight and all that kind of stuff. But him having the shovel didn't play into the gameplay of the original game. It was just his weapon, and that's how it worked. Whereas here, it is obviously the tool you are using to move vertically down through these stages, and it's used really well in the way that you are actually racing against a huge drill that is coming down after you.
Makes more sense from a lore perspective.
From a lore-
and a mechanics perspective.
Totally does. And everything else that's there that is from the original platformer that works, your little your jump and all that kind of stuff, it just feels a lot easier to play than a side scroller where you are doing that sort of old NES.
So the whole thing is down scroll one.
Yep.
Do you remember that game that was like Skull Candy or Skull something?
Skull
or
Girls?
No, and
No,
it
I know
was
the
like,
one you meant, though. You were a
it
little
was like
blob.
a multiplayer thing, and you were constantly digging down. And it was like whoever could dig down to the end.
Rascals?
Rascals, thank you.
Yes.
Was that a mode in Rascals, or was that the whole game?
No, that was the whole game. But
Yeah,
it
there
just
you go.
reminds me of that
Yeah.
a little bit, where you're kind of just like speed digging down through stuff.
Yeah.
Everything else as a roguelike is there as you would expect. You've got a little town at the top that adds more people to it the further you go down. There's a boss after certain stages. There's cool little checkpoints that you're grabbing those cogs, and the more cogs you get when you get to a checkpoint, the more goods you'll get out of this drop that comes down that sort of is like a drill piece that needs more cogs. And yeah, the movement's really good. The sounds, Yacht Club Games and their MIDI tunes, fucking fantastic. From the first Shovel Knight to this one, their music is phenomenal.
Awesome.
I always say that about indie games or these little like retro games, but these guys do it so well.
This one is actually developed by someone else in conjunction with Yacht Club.
Oh, is it?
So Yacht Club are publishing it and did have some hand in the development,
Oh,
but
okay,
it's
right.
Nichrome, but Yacht Club totally overseeing
Sure,
it, which
yeah,
is
yeah,
why
yeah.
you would never know, but just it was.
I have a real appreciation for them as developers or publishers even, because they do such a good job at fleshing out their little cute world with all their characters. All the characters I've met up on the upper world in the hub zone are hilarious and clearly have like a heap of lore written around them that I'm not aware of, but I think people would really appreciate. It's just super polished. It's moved up from the 8-bit to like almost the Super NES style in terms of graphically, how it's been sort of a step up. It is still a retro game with great little sound effects and music and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just think it works the best so far out of any of the Shovel Knight sort of properties that I've played. I kind of want to go back and play the originals again, but this is, as a roguelite, a great game to have to chip away at. So to speak. I'm getting a little fatigued by roguelikes. I know I'm always the one to champion them, and Steph, you're always kind of like,
Welcome.
yeah, but
How much time do you really have to replay all that same
exactly.
game, Gus?
I like the concept of having all that, replayability, but as you said, there is only so much time in the day, and I think this shows the potential to have so many different worlds. Will, if you skip maybe just to the end of this clip, you'll see like even just the second world.
It's very satisfying to watch, even.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for
totally.
Anytime,
And there's
anytime you're removing
mesmerizing.
parts of the world, but you're kind of like that idea of having to jump on something and get the maximum out of it before you can move on to the next area, and then you don't have
Yeah,
the chance
yeah.
against
the
like,
digging's
moving.
really satisfying because if you dig horizontally, you stay from falling. So if you jump and grab a bit of dirt and you start digging across, you stop from falling. This is the second world and already...
It's like Peggle.
Yeah. The second world already has every enemy is new. There's like a water mechanic that you can, as you open up little bits of water, they push you around and push enemies around and stuff. So I think the potential for the creativity of what these guys do and come up with new ideas and that kind of
That
stuff.
dragon.
There's heaps of it.
Cute as.
Yeah.
It's also on Apple Arcade. I played
Really?
a little bit on Apple Arcade.
How did that feel?
Awful with the touch controls.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I have a backbone.
Yep.
And I'm definitely going to play it on that because it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you have an Apple Arcade and a backbone, you already have this game.
Yeah, and it's great. I'm keen to go back and try some other Shovel Knight stuff, and yeah, I just love that they keep pushing this little character and mascot further and further.
I don't know what I have to say.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering as well. I was like,
Yeah. What do
Come on,
I
you said
say
something about-
about
spit it out.
shovels?
You said cute dragon, and then that's when I saw
Bad
that message.
dragon?
Pete, you have to say it.
Have to say it. Peggle. He forgot his catchphrase.
Yeah, my catchphrase.
Will,
Me.
what have you been playing?
I've been playing
Jesus.
a little game called Hypercharge Unboxed, which, if you've been on Twitter and you follow any gaming accounts, this has probably been recommended in your feeds
Yeah.
every week. It's actually been around in like an.
You look so fucking good.
So good.
I can't carry a little neon. Actually, I can. I've got a little aperture one. Maybe I'll do that.
But even without that, what is like the glasses and the kerchief and
Yeah.
the thing? Like, well, if you gave me $600 and 4 hours of your time, I
Yeah.
could dress the fuck out of you.
Also, the stark contrast between the coolness of Will in the corner and this like toy box game is like, you kids heard of a little thing called Hypercharge?
We'll sort that out, Nick. This is pretty fun. So yeah, it's one of those many indie games that are like in forever early access.
Yeah.
It's been on Steam since 2020, but they just had a massive update earlier last week, which has pushed it to the top of the store. So I saw it earlier today and finally jumped into it. It's kind of like toy soldiers is the idea of it. You're a little action figure man with a gun. I kind of played the wave mode. I didn't prep you for that, Pete. I'm sorry. I'll keep talking just in case.
It's a wave mode.
There it is.
Skip. I just want the wave mode.
The wave mode.
Wave mode.
Say the line, Pete.
So it's in there. So this is the tutorial at the moment, kind of explaining the mechanics. The cool elements of it obviously takes a lot from toys. So the gun that you've got, you can slowly pick up different, very Nerf-centric things that you can attach to your gun. So it goes from a simple blaster to being a shotgun or different attachments like that. These are the base mechanic. So you've got to, I think after you defeat a wave, a battery will spawn somewhere, and you've got to chuck it back into base to kind of power up the beacon.
Yeah, right.
Simple stuff like that. There's also Fortnite-esque, I guess, or base building elements of being able to build little turrets and stuff around. Again, very gaming. The ones early on here are like Lego bricks, but I've seen in the trailer there's like full forts and stuff that you can kind of progressively build throughout a wave. Super cool. Like super.
So this way, like it's tower defensey, you're protecting the base. Or?
The mode that I jumped into is, but there is like a PvP kind of element of.
I've only seen the PvP stuff being shared because like it definitely has been in conversation a lot over the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft put some money behind it to get it onto Game Pass as well as like get it onto Xbox, I think.
The plan is to get it on Xbox. It's been on PC, Game Pass Early Access, but only on PC.
I thought it was on Steam, not on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah, it's on Steam currently.
I don't think it's on
It hasn't
Xbox.
had.
Microsoft.
Sorry, I'm saying it's been on Microsoft's.
It is on the PC Game Pass?
It was on their PC Game Pass as early
Right.
access for a while, and I think now it's moved to Steam early access as well. I think that's why it's at the top.
Possibly. It seems to have been on Steam for a while.
I think it's been on Steam.
yeah.
since-
I don't.
Oh,
I think this is like if you don't laugh at it, but Minecraft, how it was in its forever beta period, and then eventually it got to consoles. I think that's a similar thing.
I just know I kept checking in to see when it was coming to Xbox,
Yes.
to console, and they were like, "It's coming, we promise."
And I hope it does because it's legitimately fun. Obviously I didn't play against any online players, but the wave mode at least it's got so many wonderful little flourishes with the stuff. Like there's the larger army dudes that attack you, but then there's the little guys that hobble around that are like the little Toy Story ones, and it's one of those beautiful things of it's a fairly easy type of game to nail. So they've gotten that down, and now they're just adding wonderful little elements around. So
Miniature stuff from Tinykin recently as well. Just running around a world that is just a garage and like ramps are little planks of wood and stuff like that. It's novel and it never seems to feel tiring.
totally, yeah.
Someone made Andy's room from Toy Story and Halo's Forge.
I saw that.
And I'm like, I don't want to play this.
I mean, this is basically one-to-one.
Yeah.
The Toy Story 2 video game. There's a garage bit of it, and this is the same room. So
Right,
they're definitely leaning into that. But yeah, super fun. I'm keen to check out more of it. And
It's a co-op as well with the wave mode, I assume.
yeah, these are all AI, but yeah, you can for sure bring in friends, and yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Very
Cool. Peter, what have you been playing?
It's going to be hard for me to remember because it technically doesn't have a name. Untitled game?
Nope.
Title
Ti-
pending?
Title pending? Is it title pending?
Yeah.
Title pending. Title pending, guys. Title pending is, skip this first 90 seconds because this is some dude's horror CG.
Yeah, right.
Actually, let's go and watch it. Let's go watch it.
This is on the caption
All right.
someone
Yeah,
made.
this is someone's YouTube upload of the
intro?
demo, and I'm only showing the demo because it's a short game and it's a Stanley Parable-esque thing. But this is a horror YouTube channel, and this is their intro, and I think we should celebrate it.
This is their YouTube official intro.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I think it resolves to a title because I can't remember what channel is on.
Amazing. Oh. What? Oh.
Amazing.
Oh.
Oh my.
Modern Horror Gaming is the YouTube channel if you're interested.
Fantastic.
now.
All right. Now
So-
the game has a lot to live up to.
Yeah. So, Title Pending has had a demo out for, I think, about a year and launched this week. Mm-hmm. This is just a demo capture from a year ago, so it's changed a little bit since then anyway. But the premise of the game is, the game is a Stanley Parable-esque.
But horror?
It is not horror at all, so I'm not sure why I was on this guy's horror channel.
right.
Is it
It's got some thriller mystery. It's
Sure.
not disturbing. It's not gross. It's not. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Not
there's-
PT.
No.
Not
There's
even
like
jump scares?
no.
Okay.
Maybe he's played all the horror games.
He's run out of horror games,
He's run out of horror games.
and he had that amazing intro graphic, and he had to use it on.
It's like I
something.
gotta
We
use it.
invested in this. Yep.
Yeah. So this is narrated aggressively.
Good.
And it's good. It's good writing. It's hard to play something like this after playing Stanley Parable, and again playing it so recently with with the update, the deluxe edition, and not being able to not compare it to that because it isn't as good as the Stanley Parable, but it is a slightly different premise. It's a different sense of humor, but it is still funny.
Can you give us the premise slightly without spoiling it too much, or is it like are you a confused protagonist in an area where
You're a confused protagonist. It's like a 2-hour game. So if I tell you the setup,
Stanley Parable is enough for me.
Yeah.
To be like,
But you can say he wakes up in an office building. It's like
for you. That's what he would say. That you want the full plot.
I'm Chad by rope.
Don't tease me.
so you're nothing scary. It's just you. The characters in the game are the narrator and other voices that kind of interact with you, and the setup is that you are a game tester testing this person's game. So the narrator is like,
Okay.
we built this thing,
Yeah.
and go explore. And you find that the game is still in a very early build state, so things are broken, and that allows for some
Right.
glitchy
That's
beats.
Yep.
So that's kind of all I want to say about it, except that if you're a Stanley Parable fan, this is a good version of a thing that has come out in the ilk. There's been things that have come out like The Room. Was it called The Room? The Corridor.
The Corridor,
that we played.
yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
okay. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I would say this is a bit better than that. It's
Awesome.
definitely a more fleshed out
Dr.
concept.
Lens Cove and the time.
Well, Dr. Landscape.
Come
fucking
on,
amazing.
no,
it's great.
Come on, that's like
guys,
saying
guys,
it's
guys.
as good as fucking Out of War.
This is as good as God of War.
Yes, that was also a very good example. I'm sorry.
That's a good example.
At the same
But
time.
that was made by the same people.
I know, but it's a game of the same ilk.
It is of the ilk. And it's $14.
Fuck yeah.
So it's $14 for a 2-hour experience.
What else are you gonna do with $14?
Pretty reasonable.
Dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Title pending.
I can tell you what you're gonna do with $14 after I talk about the first game. So I played two things this week that I loved both of them. So the first one, I have not seen any other gameplay capture of this. So this is my gameplay capture because I couldn't find any online.
Yeah.
Because I got given
I love that.
early access to Gunbrella,
Nice.
which is a game that got announced.
There's no embargo, is there? Is that why the footage?
There is no embargo.
Okay,
No, it's
okay.
fine. I double checked. So
Panic on people's face.
so the Gunbrella, it got announced at E3 or something relatively recently. I think it was the Devolver Digital Showcase. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So the premise here is it's a platformer action game where you play as a little man who has an umbrella that's also a shotgun. And it is instantly fun. It has this, you're sort of like, it's got a bit of a Western, you turn up on a steamboat to a train and there's this sort of like Western vibe.
We really
going
got to fix that.
He's
lower
like-
third.
That lower third is.
Well, I mean, I think that they've decided to put the action of their game on the bottom
very
12
bottom,
pixels of
yeah.
the screen.
So you turn up at this town and the criminals of the town have taken the mayor hostage and are starting to get up to some tomfoolery, and
dear.
you're going to take business into
I had that thing again where I was like, a female horse?
Tomfoolery?
tomfoolery.
Mare.
Oh, okay.
Oh right, they kidnapped the female horse.
I think I say mayor, which is the American pronunciation.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
But I
They
think
definitely
I
stress
Yeah.
all 5 letters.
There's no reason why you would take a female horse hostage from a. Well, I guess it is a Western town.
Maybe it is breeds a good racehorse.
That's when I talk about a game. So no, just get used to it.
So the joy of this game is the combination of its movement and its incredibly satisfying shotgun. So with the umbrella, you can open it up while you're running, and it will dash you forward, or you can stand still and open it, and it acts as a parry. So you can parry bullets back, and then when you jump, you can open it and float down, or jump and hook onto a rope, Gus, and it will zip line you across the screen.
Is the implication that the boost is because you are firing the shotgun into the back of the umbrella?
I think the implication is that you've got a gust of wind behind you that you're like opening up,
okay,
and
right.
pushing you forward.
You're basically
like-
Mary Poppins.
Because the idea of opening the umbrella and then firing the shotgun and just tearing the umbrella to shreds versus what we're seeing here, which is
It has.
boost.
Will, can you turn up the volume on this? Is there sound?
Yep.
It has, and maybe just skip back 10 seconds. The most satisfying reload, like crunchy, like when you reload the gun, the the casing comes out and bounces like 4 times, and you hear it. It's just so satisfying. Like the gun is so satisfying. So it's about this combination of like jumping, using this awesome shotgun, trying to like float, zip, wall jump your way around these levels. It's quite difficult already because I'm still wrapping my head around the movement system and how it works, but it's got a really fun sense of humor. This is instantly like, I saw the trailer for it and I was like, this is going to be dope. And as soon as I started playing it, I was like, oh, this is one of those games that you play for an hour to get your head around how to most effectively use the movement system, and then you become godlike in a space with the combination of being able to move quickly, float, parry, shoot, like all these beautiful little systems where you can, that all feel really tight. It just feels really, really tight. There's a real crunchy, heavy feeling to the combat, which is great. Like every time you blast one of the enemies, it's really visceral. They explode into bits that like shower everywhere, but it doesn't feel gratuitous.
You've got health. You're not one hit.
Yeah, we can't see it in this clip. You've got four. You've got 4
overlay channel at Willy.
4.
I think it may be cropped.
It's
just
cropped.
slightly,
It was captioned in 21.9. Yeah.
No wonder he's running at the bottom of the screen.
But you've got 4 hearts, and then you can pick up food and bandages and stuff to give you upgrades. And it's got the Hollow Knight save system of find a bench, save, and that restores your health, and then you move on from there.
Do you have infinite ammo?
Yes.
Sorry if you answered this.
You've got, and then you can pick up different ammo types. Like I just picked up a grenade
So you had a
before,
grenade thing,
but it's all through the same gun. So you just sort of like shuffling through the different
Nice.
ammo.
Yeah, okay. So they're like upgrades to the weapon. It's like 4 slots around the menu. You've got normal shot, grenade.
Yeah, so left and right on the D-pad switches between your inventory of consumables, and up and down switches between your
Cool.
ammo. But yeah,
Celeste vibes, obviously with the shotgun and violence and everything else, but like that cool linking the platforming, double jumping, and all
that's
that kind of stuff.
totally. That is the thing where I'm like, once I get used, because like here you can see that I'm sort of having trouble like jumping, aiming the gun where I want it to because I'm still wrapping my head around it. But
There's all that graphic in the way.
there's all that graphic. I
bottom of the
didn't know where I
screen,
was. But yeah, this game doesn't come out until next year. But Devolver sent a code and we're like, hey, check it out. And I'm so keen for it. I'm so excited, and it felt great. So that's Gunbrella.
Nice.
We'll talk more about that when it comes out. But the game I am excited to talk about is, oh my god, it's so much
$14.
shit. It's so much shit, and it's $14.
Ooh.
Not Steph's though.
Steph's done.
started playing. I heard this on a podcast. I started playing the demo. As soon as I finished the demo, I bought the game and just continued on. I've never really played a game like this before, and it's called Betrayal at Club Low.
Oh fuck! I saw some of this.
Yeah, it is.
Explain to me what the fuck this game is.
No, you explain to me what this game is.
I saw some footage on YouTube and was like, I don't know.
Apparently, the developer of this has made a few games in this style, but this is just a unique thing. So the premise is that you are a secret agent who is undercover as a pizza delivery guy to rescue another secret agent who is being held in this nightclub. And the world that you are in is this bizarre fever dream fantasy asset store rip vibe. It doesn't really hold together, but at the same time, it totally holds together. And what you have is a series of...
Those menus are like from Cooking Mama.
100%.
And we're looking at like a plasticine horror game on the...
Totally. So what you saw there, those are your like 6 or 7 different attributes. And the numbers there are actually the sides of a die. So it's the 6 sides of a die.
Yeah.
And so what it's saying is that your cooking attribute at the moment is 000111, which means you've got 3 zeros and 3 ones on your die. So when you roll that die, you've got a 50% chance of rolling a 1. As you upgrade those stats by using money that you collect in the game, then it goes, okay, now your stats are 111222, 222, 333. So your chances of getting higher rolls are always much better. You try to get into this club, and when you get in there, you start having conversations with people and basically doing D&D dice roll checks to pass conversation tests, whatever.
Encounters,
Using like cooking knowledge, music knowledge, deception, and that sort of thing. So you're rolling these dice, and you can see the person you're talking to, you can see their attributes as well. So you can see, they've got like 7, 6, 4, 3, and 1. So there's a really good chance that they're going to outroll me. But then there's also, so there you can see those yellow die, the blue ones. Those are like buffs and debuff dice that I have because I walked through this water. I tried to fish something out of it and I got wet. And so now I'm soaking wet and I'm embarrassed. So I've got these debuff dice that roll with me when I roll the dice.
Was that a choice that you made to walk through the water?
There was a puddle there and it was like, what do you want to do in the puddle? And I was like, reach in and try to fish something out. And I reach in and your character like falls in. And so then you're rolling. So then 3/4 of the way through the game, you're rolling 10 dice at once. The dice roll is there's 2 ways of doing it. There's like a normal way where it just like rolls on the table, or there's this cut out 2 heads facing each other and the dice drop in the top of the heads and there's this rotating thing in the middle that bounces the dice around and then they roll out the bottom. So it's all like super dramatic and it's just so fucking wild. So then
It's like you gave Terry Gilliam a game engine design.
100%. And so you're trying to basically get really good rolls each time. And each roll you have 2 re-rolls. And you can pick how many of your dice you want to re-roll. So you go, well, I liked that one and that one, but I need to re-roll these 3.
But so are you making choices in the conversation? Like, or
You're
are you
picking
just,
which
or are you just
one of
choosing
them-
attributes?
You're picking which path of the conversation you want to go down and then skill
has an
checking
attribute,
whether
yeah.
or not you pass that conversation.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
And so, but then if you fail one, you can select the next one and go, actually, now I'm going to try doing
And
this.
is it telling you each path is skill-based, or are you just determining that from the contents of the dialogue choice?
It's,
Like if there's one answer that mentions food and you're like, oh, this might be my cooking skill.
so when you have like a higher cooking and music, but you suck at like charm and lying, you will see,
You see the
this
dice
is
in
the
that thing, don't
cooking
you? Yeah.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
This
so
is that,
it's-
and then
yeah, okay.
and then the people that you're talking to have their own dice for each attribute that they have as well. So
okay. So
you're always matching it up.
It's always clear
Yeah.
which option you're choosing.
And so then, Will, can you just go back to that clip there? So the other thing is you wander around, you find pieces of pizza, or ingredients for pizza, and then you build pizza die. So the pizza die, you roll at the same time, and it gives you money or attributes because you've got life and stamina, like you've got sort of health and sanity, I guess, in the top right corner, the red heart and the blue brain. And
is
you
a
lose
game-
those when you lose conversations, but you can roll these, you can add on your pizza dice one that will give you 2 hearts if you land on that side of the dice. So then you can regain health like that. So basically the whole system is just this series of dice rolls that get more and more complex because you're throwing more and more dice in there. The dialogue is crazy. The characters are insane. And the whole game is set in this nightclub. And it's the other thing that so all of this I already adore. All of this is like so much shit of just like so weird and bizarre and addictive. But at the same time, it's all set in this nightclub that is like a little diorama puzzle box of like, okay, I need to get in that room up there. So actually I need to go over here and have this conversation, get this thing and blah, blah, blah. And it to me, it has the things that I love in these kinds of games. Like
It's like a game with
It's
a
like,
name.
it's like Monkey
Totally.
Island style, almost what we talked about the other week, where you're having that little, or not so much, like those linked.
a little
problem-solving.
bit. It's more like a time loop game.
Oh,
Where
okay,
you keep,
yeah, yeah.
it's not a time loop, but that thing of like, it really reminded me of one of my favorite games of all time, Sexy Brutale, where it was like, you're just always in the same space, figuring out the best way to move through
Okay,
this
right.
environment.
Is it a game that was designed by an AI or
Yes.
stoned college kids?
And potentially both. But if any of this is at all interesting, or you're like, I want to play something that only takes me 2 hours, I'm just going to like burn through a new thing that like you've never played a game like this before. And even though I think ultimately it doesn't really have anything to say, because the ending was there were like multiple endings that you can get. The one that I got was abruptly unsatisfying, but at the same time I was like, okay, but that's my ending.
2 hours as well.
2 hours,
Feel
but the
robbed.
journey that you're on of just going,
Did you feel like you mainlined it a bit, or was
no, I explored everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it was literally just like roll the dice. That was like, yeah.
Sure, okay.
But it is one of those things where like you won't come away going, whoa, what an interesting story. You will come away going,
Video games were a mistake.
yeah. Someone just kept trying things and then never got rid of anything. And
I was gonna say, yeah, never went back to the drawing board, just kept powering through.
it's so singular, and I
expect that.
This could make it on my top 10 list at the end of the year,
Amazing.
just from going like, what a wonderful couple of hours to spend with a video game. So yeah, I really liked it. So it's Betrayal at Club Low, and there's a demo on Steam. So if you are interested, play the demo, and if you like the game just picks up the save from where you were in the demo. So
Good. Considering it's that short, maybe you don't want to be replaying the exact.
Yeah, so you basically, the demo takes you all the way up until you basically need to sneak your way into the club, and then when you get into the main part of the club, then it's like, all right, do you want to buy the game? So it was sick. So those are the games that we've been playing this week. That is Slime Rancher 2, Shovel Knight Dig, Hypercharge Unboxed, Title Pending, Gumbrella, and Betrayal at Club Low. We're going to take a very short ad break, and we'll be back with more Back Pocket after this.
The following is a paid advertisement for the RhysWild music collection.
Take the power of rock and a man who loves rocks. And you got yourself RhysWild's Rock Songs, a collection of some of Rhys's best rock songs. Oh, hi. I'm Stephanie from Steph and the Back Pockets. We've been rocking together since July 2020, but no one I know rocks harder than Rhys. And now, all of Rhys's best rock hits are together in one 82 CD collection, including such hits as Make Love Not Ore, Lime After Lime, Chalk on the Wild Side, Wouldn't It Be Nice, Me and Dwayne Johnson, and 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Sandstone. Just 4 easy payments of $99.99, plus GST, plus taxes, plus customs, plus import fees, plus local taxes, and you'll have access to all of Rhys's back catalog, including his breakthrough single, My Love Is Like a Rock Slide. We even cover his later years, when he was just phoning him in. Can You Feel the Love, Granite? All about that bassonite. You're the one that I want to be fossilized in. Rock. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm Quartz. I just called to say I love rocks. And who could forget Rock Lobster?
I love rocks, and so does Rhys.
With a collection as timeless as a naturally occurring mass of solidified mineral matter, you'd have to have rocks in your head not to rush to the phone right now and order your very own copy of the RhysWild Rock Music Collection. Because unlike a gemstone with a reciprocal of compressibility of 443 gigapascals, this deal won't last forever.
Like everyone can just Google the new DeLorean, and it just looks a bit like a sports car.
That looks like a fancy car.
They look like
But the thing about it is, if you buy it, it comes with a bracelet that you give to your partner. And then when you're sitting in the car, their heartbeat is displayed on the console and your seat is set to their body temperature. But imagine going 88 miles per hour down the highway. Everything's good. Didn't.
Partner starts wank.
Seat goes cold. And you're just like, no! Susan! Welcome back. A big thank you to Little Miss Starlet, Wayne King 99, and Fourth Reaper there, and of course RhysWild on the commercial. You were just asking what we were watching.
Yeah, I was like, what is this
Cordyceps.
bag of mushrooms that we're looking at?
Pete, you know a little more than I do.
Well, we know the same amount-ish.
We do. I've just spoken a lot.
Allow me. I've just seen the memes that the creative community have made around them. But you go on.
Yeah. So we did the news on Monday morning. This was 2 weeks ago now, and we finished a little early, and we had a gap between the staff meeting that we had basically straight after the news. And I saw that Fourth Reaper was sitting in a voice chat in Back Pocket by himself. And so I jumped in there, and Nick followed in. And you maybe had gone to the bathroom, and I was like, I'm just going to jump in there. And then everyone piled in. And we all ended up watching Reaper working on his masters. Part of his university work is creating this mushroom and cotton compound material that he's using to build shelters for bushfires.
For animals during bushfires.
Animal shelters during bushfires, but also recovery after bushfires.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
It's awesome. It's so cool.
So the design, I believe, I've just been very loosely seeing a lot of the images that have been posted that I assume are that kind of like snake-like tunnel that has little holes in it and all that kind of stuff. And it was this really cool, unique design. And often the images that Fourth Reapers put up are like have little creatures and sort of prototyping it all.
Or they have nipples on them if it's Fourth Reapers material.
But then there's the pictures of it, and then I think maybe they posted or someone else was like how it started, and it was the design and how it's going, and it's just like it's lying in a field of grass all on fire, and I was like, oh my god, I hadn't quite grasped the concept. And then when I read more, I realized testing it out by burning everything around us to see how it does. But then someone had put the little "this is fine" inside it.
That's great.
Amazing.
Which I thought was just
Perfect.
Good touch.
So the idea is that it's a refuge for animals when bushfires are actively happening.
Maybe
Or is it
That's
after-
the hope.
after the
That's the
fact?
hope, but they expect that it's more likely that it will get deployed after the fact, and then
because there's no
animals
like cover and know if the animals still live.
Well, it's getting tested soon by fire services. They're going to test if it's
sending it up.
Yeah, if it can be completely
It's sick.
resistant.
He's doing so much more for the world than we are.
I was
Bullshit.
assuming it was a bit flame retardant in the sense that it would stay there after a bushfire, so then animals where shelter is burnt away or the low brush is burnt away. That
We don't
would
know.
still
We should ask him. He's in
remain
chat right now.
It's like
for after grass fires because
Yeah.
cats and foxes get them. There you go.
There you go.
right.
That little mugman, little dog, safe.
The echidnas were always like burrowing like deep, and you would see the backs of their little quills had been like completely seared off, but they were able to dig deep enough usually that they could.
I'm assuming this is more for like sort of marsupial mice and rats and that kind of.
Anything could live there.
Yeah.
Could be you. You could give it a shot.
Rolling in.
Good. Fourth Reaper. Good job. I want to say I've got 2 more messages from people watching the show or affiliated in some way. Aaron Cheetah.
Yep.
At Aaron Cheetah on Twitter. Very good DP camera op. If you need a camera op, go check him out.
Director of photography.
He thank you, Cuz. He said nice to get a shout out on tonight's Back Pocket episode. It's like, oh, that's nice. Of course, it had to be about my wife's dead relative's funeral. Thanks, Nick Boy. Made my night. So there you go. That's Aaron. And then I got another message from one Dan Golding.
Oh,
Dan Golding.
Gold member.
The man, the myth.
The man, the myth.
What did Dan say?
You may know Dan did the music for Untitled Goose Game.
House.
House. He's going to be the guest on the podcast on Monday.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
I'm a fucking hero.
Oh, it's a public holiday, though.
What a
Should
joy.
we cancel it?
Oh, yeah, maybe we should can. Cool.
Dan politely waiting.
He would be.
I'm ready.
All right, let's move on to our next segment, which is prefaced by a commercial for Dream PC, our business pocket partner. I'll tell you what, you dream about a PC that can't be destroyed by bushfire. It's not this one. But they never claimed that it could be completely...
Fireproof dreams or fireproof PCs?
Fireproof PCs.
Yeah, okay,
Build
yeah.
it out of mushrooms.
There you
Build
go.
a mushroom case.
Dream PC, Pete, Give them a graphic. Thank you. Easy to
got
configure
it.
PC via their website. Bespoke systems built to order. They're an authorized Australian market parts seller, and they give you live updates via their build tracker. Go.dreampc.com.au/backpocket for more information. Rick from Dream PC, we need to get back to you about that email. We have not had a chance this week to actually have that discussion, but we will.
We shall. We have been talking about it. We just haven't.
We've booked in time to talk about all the things that we need to catch up on tomorrow, and that is on the list. But if you need a PC, go there. He sent me messages. Toxichalk bought a PC from Dream PC.
Toxichalk in the chat saying the tracker is incredibly sexy.
Yeah. And Toxichalk would know.
I know. That's why, as a person who would like gauge how sexy something is, I would go to Toxichalk first.
100%.
But I'm confused as to what part of a tracker is sexy.
It's a clock, but it's a dick.
Oh man, I'm done.
No, I'm done.
I'm done.
You could like get all the frames of meat spin and make a tracker out of that.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Wait, what?
Fourth Reaper? You know what to do.
Of what?
Meat spin? I'll show you in the post shot.
Post show.
No, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
No.
You have to.
I don't want to.
If you want to keep working here, you have to.
Confused echidna. I know he said clock. That's
Good.
what it was.
Fantastic.
old enough to
Okay.
have a fucking-
Thank you, Dream PC.
My librarians from school remember meat spin. We'd leave all the
I'm so sorry, Dream PC.
Lemon Party was another classic.
All right, let's go. Speak.
Fuck it up.
Speaking of things from back at school,
Yeah.
let's take a trip down for a piece of HISTORme.
Oh my god, it's back. It does. It really.
It's for you to fade back when you'd like.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the internet.
Hello.
Welcome to the internet.
I'm going to back over there. If that's okay. I feel safer.
A piece of HISTORme is presented by Middlecee. Thank you so much, Middlecee. So Middlecee said that, of course, Middlesee's been responsible. I mean, not responsible. Peyton and I have been responsible for all the content in the Rings of Power rewatch, but Middlecee, it wouldn't have existed without Middlecee. Middlecee loves Lord of the Rings, and hopefully she loves Mixed Up Mother Goose.
Oh, God.
Which is...
We should describe that for people who might have... I mean, everyone here watched the
Everyone
12-hour
watched
anniversary. So, yeah, Piece of HISTORme was a segment we added in the anniversary special where we each take it in turns to go and find a game that was very special to us.
I'm sorry, this is
I was holding it a bit, I
Roberta
wasn't
Williams'
Of course.
Mixed Up Mother Goose.
Yes, and so we all went and played, oh God, a game from our history. Peter decided to choose, well, I'll let Peter talk us through it, unless he's not on mic.
I didn't decide to choose Mixed Up Mother Goose. It
Mixed
chose
Up
me.
Mother Goose
It chose me. How am I playing this over here? So, Roberta Williams,
Where did you find this?
a fucking game design master. It's on a website called played-classic.games/game/play-mixed-mother-goose-deluxe-online/play/#. Fantastic.
Perfect.
Hyphen mother hyphen. Not expected to hear tonight.
Hyphen mother hyphen goose. So this is a game that I played in early childhood, and it is.
Talk to the camera, people.
Oh, there's a little camera there. Yeah. And the concept is that all of the nursery rhymes that you knew growing up, a little piece of them is missing, and so you need
We
to
turn it down anymore. Lord Phoenix in the chat asking.
Just a
I
little
mean, we're
bit.
just discovering the joys of MIDI, DOS MIDI tunes. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
So you're playing this beautiful illustrated point and click adventure where you're trying to find the characters and the pieces of the stories that are missing in order to let the nursery rhymes play out the way that we know and love.
Is this Shrek before Shrek?
Oh.
Yeah, kind of.
That's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Use the cursor to click on the child of your choice. I choose you.
Was that the one you always used to pick?
Spell your name.
Oh, this is adorable.
This is cute.
Peter.
Well done. That is
Wow.
how you spell your name.
Quick, too.
I use both hands to type now. Look at him.
Oh my god, look at that face.
You got a little.
Oh wow.
I can't.
I mean, a lot of games back then would just click on everything in the room.
Yeah.
I had
a lot of
Grandma
games
and
now.
me.
I had Arthur, the Arthur game.
Well, and there were books, but you just clicked through them, I think. So a lot of them
Based on the Dudley Moore film?
No,
click on the click
Russell
Arthur
Brand.
Arthur.
Oh, God.
Hey, Will, crank the
King Arthur.
on and don't crank. But on the mixer that's on your desk there, the red knob on the first line,
Crank the red knob.
just turn it up, like turn it
That
another.
one was.
Really crank it.
We went to
Turn
the
to
beach,
turn to
just
north.
Grandma and me.
Yeah.
It's like my sister and
north,
I
north,
can
north.
remember
Hold on.
every line.
Smack bang at the top.
I'm going to play that next time.
Okay.
Okay, so
How do I get out of bed?
Oh my
we're in our
god,
kid's bedroom.
Puny Fox totally got it. Sorry, we played this kids book game and every line is in my brain. And
You
someone
went to
else.
the beach,
Right.
just grandma.
Grandma and me. Oh my god, everyone knew it. Oh, I'm playing that next time. Sorry, Pete. Let's get Mother Goose and.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. So the game was designed. Obviously, it was on DOS, so there wasn't a lot of user interface stuff going on. But the user interface is built into the side of the game, so you can control. What do you want me to do, Mother Goose? Each of my characters has lost an item he or she
Voice.
needs to complete their rhyme. Without it, they don't know what to do. They need your help. Can you find it? Sure can. Blah, 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 blah.
What's mouth button?
Sorry?
The mouth button down the bottom.
That's a good question. What this is like
Didn't ask for that.
speeds up how quickly the character moves.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the music, whether we want it on or off. There's a little weirdo.
On.
Yeah.
This is the map.
Why isn't he clicking the mouth?
We're gonna get to the mouth. So cute little map and like
Yeah, I love the color palette. It's unusual for this time.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was thinking.
Actually, which monitor is correct?
Oh, I see.
The television.
the television probably your television will be closer than that monitor. Yeah. Each of these gold things, I believe, is a node of importance. Like,
Yep.
because it's a side scroll, you're moving through the map. I don't know what this does. Let's click everything but the mouth so far, and then we'll click the.
To the mouth. To the mouth.
Okay. It's talk. It's communicate. Hi, what's your name? My name's Jack. I'm a real nimble guy, and I like
Nimble.
nothing better than to jump over candlesticks. Unfortunately, I only have one candlestick,
Oh, no.
and now I lost it.
You gotta find it.
I'll go look for it.
He won't,
So-
be,
kind of-
he won't be able to be quick.
So now it's like that's the icon of the item that you need to find somewhere around the map, and it's typically not that it's on the next page.
It could have been anywhere on those nodes, on any one of those nodes, or
It's not a game that changes from playthrough to playthrough. It will be where it is coded to be, but it could be.
sorry,
on
but
the
it
map.
could have been anywhere on the map. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it possible to find items before you've spoken to the person who it belongs to?
It is. Yeah,
Right.
And I assume
So you
a lot
might
of
find
these,
a like.
you might find a pail.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these old games didn't have save states, so did you play for as long as you could at the library computer and then be like, oh, we only got this many items, and then you turn it off, and next time you come back, it starts from the start every time?
And how do you make a pizza die?
Oh, I want to get into that violin.
And how many of the nursery rhymes can we put in a pen?
You reckon I can collect the butterfly?
It's teasing you. You've
I
got
love-
to find a different way.
I love the idea. What is the functionality of the walk faster, walk slow? When did you ever want to walk slow?
Precision.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just like because walking
realism.
fast
Wanna
looks
do something.
silly.
Yep.
So if like the kind of the slowest mode is actually like this looks nice.
As the designer intended.
Yeah.
As the designer saying, how many arrows should we put for the cursor? I don't know. Fucking 4. I get it, all right?
All right, we'll go this way because I know there's something over this way that I can potentially solve.
Go turtle. I just want to see. Just turtle it.
I can't click on that very
Don't you
well.
drag it down?
Turtle it up, mother.
Yeah. I mean, that looks normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Who are you? Can't you tell who I am? I'm Little Miss Muffet. Who else would carry around a bowl of curds and whey? Yuck.
She's so conceited.
If you don't like curds and whey, then why do you eat them? It's all part of the job, I suppose. Are you lost or something? Yes, I can't find my tuffet.
What?
Do you mind if I tag along with you?
Tag along.
No, not at all. Maybe I can help you find your tuffet.
Miss Muffet has joined your party.
I'm surprised they don't like lead with the information and not introduce them to give you.
What the hell?
Oh, there she is. She's on my screen now.
She just came right out and was like, "I'm Miss Muffet," obviously, and then went with all the
What do you reckon this could be?
You guess.
Bo
Bo Peep.
motherfucker.
This is Bo Peep.
Gandalf.
See, Will, before Marvel was everything.
Yeah.
Little Bo Peep was the fucking shit.
Yeah, Little
okay.
Little Bo Peep was like the Iron Man of nursery rhymes.
Well, I was going to ask, we could translate which
A fucking pie.
of the
fucking
nursery
pie.
rhymes. Oh, that'll be for the blackbirds in the pie?
Oh yeah.
4 and 20 of them.
Can we
That's
can work
so
out-
many fucking birds
That's a lot.
to put in a pie.
Yeah.
24 birds
Hang on, don't
in
click on
one
it.
pie?
I reckon it is...
His house is crooked.
Who's got a crooked house?
Oh yes.
Crooked
House.
Gem.
is...
Sixpence baked
There was
in
a crooked
pie.
man who lived in a crooked house. He walked a crooked mile.
Is it just?
He's just crooked man.
It's just
He's the pie guy. He's got...
There was a crooked
He's
man.
got sixpence.
Oh, okay.
4 and 20 blackbirds, something about a sixpence.
No, when the party was over, the birds began to sit and what a dainty dish to set before a king.
Can we play the game where we translate which fairy tale is about which, like, venereal disease from the, like,
The
200
fuck
years
is-
ago?
oh,
Because
right.
they're all, like, apocryphal.
They're all about venereal
Oh,
diseases.
that or, I don't know. They're like, you know...
Birds and whey.
Oh, you didn't want to get
Ugh.
So one of the
Have we wrecked your childhood?
sitting on
No,
too
not
many
at all.
puppets, I see.
Not at all. I was riddled with venereal diseases when I was young. One of the disappointing things about the game is that there's no real inventory system. You're carrying around one item at a time, so you can't really solve.
Oh, you just dropped your pie?
I'd left the pie because I picked up the stick.
Jack and Jill! Jack and Jill were having an affair. That's the
That is
story.
the- that is
Jack
the
and Jill
story.
went up a hill to fetch father water. It was about a couple who were going off and having an affair. And then Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came home afterwards. Jack got found out and gets, like, attacked, and Jill also got attacked and killed. It's like, that's Jack and
Did
Jill.
one of them have a venereal disease?
Probably.
Okay, right.
I live in a pumpkin with my husband, Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Hey!
Yeah, we never heard.
Because Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and couldn't keep her, put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her. Very well.
Yeah, Peter.
I think that you tried to... And then he kept her.
Yeah.
I've never
We're gonna walk into the pumpkin.
the words of that rhyme before, and it is fucked.
It is
Yeah.
fucked.
Can he just what?
All
Oh,
nursery
no.
rhymes fucked.
It gets so much worse. So, Peter.
Look at her little face. Look at her little face. All right, well, I can take her to the pumpkin and we can call it there. Because I reckon we can solve
How
this
the
one.
rhyme finishes.
And Peter Pumpkin gets to put her in. Peter gets to put her in the pumpkin. Oh, hang on.
Take
Come
me to
here.
the
She doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to go.
If you're walking towards my pumpkin house, we can walk together. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I see. She doesn't want to go back.
No.
Do I need to...
What are you carrying?
I'm carrying a horse head.
Me.
BuriBuri, I'm off for the night.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
the
go
tuffet.
BuriBuri.
There's the tuffet.
There's the tuffet. Steph, Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Eeper Weeper Chimney Sweeper had a wife but couldn't keep her. Had another, didn't love her. Up the chimney he did shove her.
Toxic.
Wow.
Classic men.
Couldn't keep their wives back
Why?
then.
Why do I have this thing?
What
is
are you
this-
carrying?
I guess it's like Humpty Dumpty's gonna ride on it or something.
Who was never mentioned to be an egg. Never an egg.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Humpty Dumpty sat in a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. No mention of egg!
So, all right, Jerry. So, can I say, I'm loving the dynamic right now of you agree, you just say things and Will just goes, right. Yeah. Like, you are Paul Schaefer. Like, you just nod,
Whoa!
He's right. Yep.
He's right.
Oh, I accidentally solved something.
What the fuck?
God, the cock horse is here.
Holy shit.
That kid is just like, what? Game saved! There is a game
Peter.
saved.
Game saved for Peter.
You've-
I want to go and do the tuffet. Let me do the tuffet.
Yeah.
So look at the
Tuffet storyline.
See how I got one of those gold nodes of look at 1, 2, 3, 4,
that's
5, 6. So 18. There's 18 little puzzles.
If you
in
get
here.
4 along the top, you win.
This is really cute. I like this.
This has a lot
all
more-
the sort of like,
Yeah.
this is all the like I don't. It wasn't a game. It was more like a piece of software, but like Kid Pix. Like
all the
the
sound
graphical interfaces reminding me of Kid Pix.
I can't make the noise, but the Kid Pick sound when you change one of the things was
Yeah,
that noise.
So satisfying.
I thought of
I
Kid
can
Pix
make
as
the
well.
noise.
Something about the
You
design
just
of
did
the
it.
characters and the two-dimensional.
And all the buttons and stuff are very
Yeah.
And Kid Pix was like, I'll just use the tree tool all the time. Just grow tree.
Yeah, and,
Oh, so
and
good, man.
the stamp tool.
Yep.
Yep.
Come with me.
One more time.
Pete's trying to like speed run this, which is wonderful.
Come on.
So you've told her you found the tuffet? Does she not need an item?
She looks super
She needs her
unimpressed.
curds and whey, right?
She followed me before. No, I need to take. She's got her curds away, but she will only eat them on a ladder.
What is a tuff?
That'll teach her.
Yeah, it's a cover of a chimney.
Is a tuffet like a bunch of rocks or mushrooms or something to sit on? I feel like what is a tuffet?
It looks like an ottoman.
Yeah, I think it's a little
How beautiful is this art, though?
It is.
Pillow.
Or so it's a footstool.
What's
or
happening?
a low seat or a tuft or clump of something.
There's a
what I
frog.
thought.
That's
In-
a frog.
In nursery rhymes, it was always like a tuft of grass with
Yep.
some, yeah.
Sick.
Oh, slow motion frog. Oh, that's
I
impressive.
wonder if there's one of those on every frame.
Like a hidden something.
Yeah.
Look at the joy in his eyes.
Yeah.
There's the sheep. Bo Peep.
Give him the ladder! No, wait.
Is that sexing?
It's not quite a like.
They're right next to you. Yeah, look how happy she is.
She's a pretty.
Look at those
bad
tails
shepherd.
wagging.
If
She's
her-
a terrible
If
shepherd.
her sheep were just like the next field over, and she was just like, I've lost them all.
Pete, you did it. Did you never get the Bo Peep?
I mean, voice in a game like this is insane.
I was gonna say there's a lot of depth to this audio in a way I wasn't expecting.
Okay, you can't see, but Pete just has the biggest smile on his face as he's watching this, and he's laughing to himself. He is so happy right now.
Games.
She found the sheep, everyone. How exciting. That's that.
That's
the
great.
game.
Stop button.
What
Goose. More goose.
year was this released?
I'll tell you. What's it called? Mixed Up Mother Goose?
Yeah, I think it was like 93-ish.
93.
Sorry,
Yeah.
as a kid's game, that is a confusing menu prompt right now.
Stop or goose?
Stop
Stop
Goose.
or goose.
1987.
87.
Wow.
Surely not.
Sure.
Initial release date,
I think-
1987.
I think there was a. I think there were
Wrong.
two.
1901. So it was on this. It was Sierra Online in 1987, and then they put the CD-ROM version out in 1991.
I love that this segment's a thing now because I've already just thought of two others as we've played this game that have popped into my mind, which I'd love to do.
There are two other surfing games.
Yeah, no one got as excited about sex surfing as they did about Mrs. Bo Peep.
What were you saying, Pete?
I think there were. Yeah, I think there were multiple releases, and
Yeah.
we confirmed that there were multiple releases of this.
So 91. Wow, this is good for 91. And like, CD-ROM was around in 91.
I don't believe that. Maybe it
on
was
Wikipedia.
on CD-ROM eventually, but like that's
No, the game was released on CD-ROM in 1991.
91. Yes, you said 86.
87 was the Sierra Online version, and then the game was released on CD-ROM in 1991.
Yeah. I mean, if
How
if
many
music,
times?
It would have
Yeah.
literally just been for those audio files.
Yeah,
So
totally.
just like, I was still using floppy disk in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess, yeah.
Software wise,
I had
I had a couple of games in like the mid 90s that were on CD. Maybe 91 though. You're right. Yeah.
It's so early. Like, I was in year 1 in 91, and I don't remember getting my hands on a CD until
Oh, you're right.
like at least 90.
Still using
Six,
those computers
maybe?
that were like black with just green graphics on them and stuff.
I
like
think.
that, and, like,
I think I played this off DOS. It probably would have been on floppy
God, it's
disks.
the light.
It would have been on floppy disks, but yeah, I think like the first CDs we had were in Carter, like 93 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me
And
that was year 5
Did you
and 6.
did you play the sequel, Mixed Up Fairy Tales?
There's a
Oh
fucking
my God,
sequel.
Fucking sequel. Stream it. Stream it. you
Holy shit!
You totally should.
All
Good.
right.
I'd
Not
watch
fairy
a stream
tales.
of Pete finishing that game. A, because of the joy you had in your face, and B, because I don't know how many people ever finish this game or like got it through to completion. So I'd be very keen to see what happens when you get all fucking 20.
18.
I'd love it if
18.
there's some
18.
kind of demon hell state Easter egg that you can unlock. You know, like
All the venereal
you know,
diseases.
Bo Peep is like actually some kind of witch doctor who like lures you into a cave and there's a satanic ritual going on there.
Keep going.
I'm like amazed. Imagine if you found that. Imagine if it was like super hidden.
No one happened.
And then she sacrifices
All the sheep.
the Jack and Jill for their adultery,
Oh, fuck.
and they join her in the hell dimension.
Yep.
And then they open up a portal
Yep.
into the real world.
So, okay. So they're going back now?
Yep,
Or our world, not the nursery rhyme world?
our world.
Okay.
And then
And do they stay as animated characters in our world? Like Who
yes.
Framed Roger Rabbit? Or is it sort of like a enchanted situation?
Melodic Storm saying,
No.
this is the short film.
I just want to point out as well, Roberta Williams, of course, had a hand in King's Quest and Time Zone, the Dark Crystal game from the 80s. And
Yeah, cool.
Like, you know, Sierra were making... They were the leaders of game design in the 80s.
Mechanically-
and she was there from the start building these things.
Mechanically, in that game, there's
So
a
amazing.
lot going on. Like,
Totally.
Yeah.
I know it's over-designed in terms, but it's them going...
Not over designed at all.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
games
considering you could only use one mouse and click, like,
Yeah.
they've added everything for you
Yeah,
in the UI.
No, I loved it. Yeah, that's great.
And it's also obviously designed for young children to be able to like see very visually all of the symbols and stuff like that in the UI. It's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Everything needs a turtle rabbit slider.
And that was
All right, Will. It's on.
It's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Paul.
I pressed it.
You got to hit Q now.
I got to hit Q.
Yeah. Should we come off it early, or should we just let it linger?
Just let it play.
Linger.
Let it linger.
Let it be. Let it be.
One of your best, Gus. One of your best. Those
It's a good graphic.
It's a good
Graphics,
Envato
yeah.
template.
Good.
Truth comes out.
There it is.
yeah, but it's
It
what,
always
it's what
does.
you've done with it. It's
Thank
what
you,
you've done with
thank
it.
I said on the day, I was like, "That's really cool, man." And you didn't like. You usually like lap the fuck up out of any compliment.
Yeah.
But you were really quiet on that one. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Now you know why.
How funny. How funny.
The guilt has been.
No, I'm not saying. Yeah, I just thought you worked on them.
Yeah, but
I thought you made them.
the puppetry for FMW I did with a real
That's true.
life
You did do
puppet.
90% of this company is Envato templates and Mr.
Mr.
Horse.
Horse.
All right, we'll be back after this short ad break with more Back Pocket.
You gotta keep them separated.
Alright, I'm here. We're game planning. Let's go. Sandbox Space Sim Dual Universe is a bit like EVE Online where anything you create
can be bought, sold, or traded.
so you can finally be outer space stonks guy. The fridge is red I'm not sure actually, but if you have a small child singing in your trailer, it's going to be terrifying. Dig for resources and protect your dome and Dome Keeper. A bad game of football becomes amazing once you introduce landmines. And a good game of football gets better since FIFA 23 features the entire cast of Ted Lasso. I know! And all we had to do was believe. In Moonscars, every death is a lesson learned, and Moonbreaker is a turn-based sci-fi world created by author Brandon Sanderson. Be a contestant on the sadistic reality show Death vs. Let It Die. Hop into beer brewing sim Brewmaster, or you can brew up a potion in visual novel Witchy Life Story. And good news for Picross lovers, because in Picross Series 8, you can play with up to 4 other fucking nerds. I can't believe I'm actually gonna play FIFA. Stupid awesome crossovers. What are you playing? Drop a comment.
He'll come in all handsome and smelling like a mix of earthy clays and Moroccan spices.
I'm really proud of you guys.
I don't know if it's his aura, or he knows a guy, or he's like a walking broken mirror.
Fuck.
But he will cancel your show.
It's the penis. Can we just cut the feed and start again?
Did you find?
Yeah, I mean, we can go offline, I guess, but...
No, it's happening again. Hi.
Can I... What the fuck are you going to do?
If you have a show, don't call Raj. Unless you hate that show, then Raj is the man for you. Raj, he'll fuck your shit up.
Hey, didn't see you there. Must be time for another. Doom, 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 doom. Books are physical items, and as such, they should be used and enjoyed. But the one thing you never need to do is dog-ear your books, because it makes rereading them more difficult, and because within reaching distance from where you sit, there is probably a bookmark. For example, a chopstick wrapper, a festival ticket, a store label, an invitation to a party, a banknote, a leaf, all my hopes and dreams that I have achieved in my lifetime. Or, a bookmark, because your books will be happier for it. Or, do what you want. I'm not your father.
Dad? But he calls himself Papa Bmac. I'm so confused.
Big thank you to BlackDeath, Bmac, and Raj for the words of our sponsors and the commercial. We'll love the Raj edit. It's one of my favorite commercials. We all took umbrage and offense to
Father?
I understand book purists who don't agree with dog earing, but I feel like it's a bit like people who collect things and don't use them.
Don't take it out of their packaging.
Yeah.
That kind of
a
vibe.
well-loved book has been dog-eared in my opinion.
Oh. Yeah. We've talked about it before. I don't go as far as Barjo. We talked about him in the past, like books. But I like
that's desecration.
That's desecration. I love a dog-eared, like the spine's all broken, all that. Put it in a pen with other books, that kind of thing.
Books are like sex. You got to get rough with them because it is about. It shows that you loved it. It shows that it was read. Its purpose was to be read.
Oh my
its
God.
purpose was to be like held and bent and excited
People
and that
in the
sort of thing.
chat
You go through it.
So triggered.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
People who use bookmarks are just like, oh, I want to pretend like I never read this in the first place. Like after a week of me owning a book, it's fucked up.
Do you know what I like? Borrowing someone's book and reading past their doggy a bit, or like an occasionally underlined word or something. I'm like, reading a book that's been well read, it's like, I love that bit. I'm like, get to a chapter and the pages turn. I'm like, I'm going to keep going.
100%.
I will say I don't love it when the spines have been really fucked up.
Yeah, I know what you
Which
mean.
is
Like when
something
they're
that you
completely.
It's okay if they're creased, but if they're starting to deteriorate,
you can fuse it back together. That's fine.
It's more just like
tape.
Like when I read a book, I hold it like this usually. Like
what?
Like
grab a book.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Grab a book.
Get a book.
That's the perfect book. Wait, what are you reading?
Can we see?
I'm reading Big Ben by Nana Malone.
Good.
Yo, Mike.
USA Today best-selling author. It began with betrayal. It ended with murder. She was never supposed to cross my path. She was never supposed to know about the currency of secrets or the oaths. What is this?
The currency of secrets.
I'm interested.
Erotic fiction, Steph.
My so-called brothers killed my friend. I intend to make them pay. With a penis?
That'll cost you 3 penises.
That's the currency of
perception.
Back to the point. How do you hold a book, Stephanie?
I hold a book like this. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
What if it's a hefty fantasy novel though? That's just too like.
Yeah, I don't love like hardcovers for that reason, but like that's typically like how I will. That's like I feel like that's a.
No, that is
standard.
an acceptable hold where you've got like the wedge. I hold books like that, but I often do a bit of this.
I don't do that.
I always do.
I don't do that.
And that's how I'm doing that. Sometimes, like, I often am, like, eating or something at the same time, so I sort of, like, crush it down. Like, I want it to stay open by itself as I do.
Yeah.
Like, also, look, I'm already fucking Big Ben up.
I won't fold it back, because I will also say that I don't like it when it starts to go like this too much. So I'll always, like, place it down.
I don't mind
on
a
the
bit,
side
but
that
when you accidentally
the cover is
crease
covered.
the
I hate a
cover,
creased cover.
That's the
Hate a
worst.
creased
Creased
cover.
cover's a nightmare.
That is the worst.
You can't come back from
It's
that.
so, isn't it funny that like books are such a thing that is like shrouded in ritual? Like there's so much about it that don't do that.
What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to, because
It's
people were asking what
horrible.
the Bajo story was.
Yeah.
And the Bajo story was.
You won't be able
Well,
to
that's
do-
your
you
story.
won't be
I
able
don't
to do
think
it
I'll be
with
able to
that
do it with this
That
one.
was a thick book that had a weak spine already.
He was halfway through reading a book on a plane.
At an airport.
We were about to get on the plane, and he didn't want to take the bulk of the book with him.
Yeah.
So he
So he
tore
just
it in
went-
half and threw out the part that.
And then just kept reading.
Chapter 9. I couldn't believe what had just happened in the last chapter.
I was down to my last 12 penises.
He ripped me apart like a paperback of Big Ben.
It's good stuff.
Good.
Good
Yeah,
jokes all
great
around.
story.
Good jokes all around.
Yeah, well, yeah,
all
they're
through the
all
gallery.
fucking bangers.
All through the
Yeah,
gallery.
this was a great 5 minutes. Okay.
You know what? Fuck your books up. It's fun.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to our next segment. A little something we like to call.
Hi, you've called Pocket Dial. Leave your message after the beep.
Is that about
Back on board.
Nicrotex?
It's still funny. Hello, I have discovered this channel this morning, and it seems cool. Greetings from Spain.
A Spanish greeting, I can say lechuga, which means lettuce.
What's hello in Spanish?
Hola.
Hola.
Oh, yeah.
¿Cómo estás?
Gus. Biblioteca?
So this segment brought to you by Nicrotex, aka Nick Belling, as is tradition on the show.
Yes.
Every episode where he has a sponsored segment, we read out a tweet from Nick Belling. Nick very kindly has started just sending me tweets, and he just reminded me right here. So Nick said on Twitter on the 2nd of August, and this I believe is a paragraph from Big Ben.
Oh, dear.
So let's say you were, and I'm sorry to our Spanish
I was
viewers.
about to say, we're about to lose the Spanish viewer in like one go, aren't we? I'm so sorry.
Apologies.
So let's say you were giving head to a whale. You can't get your mouth around the entire member.
Called?
But let's say you've managed to get a decent enough seal around the hole.
Are you
No, it might be a punchline. It might be ruined.
How much force would the whale emit? Are we talking enough to like blow out the back of your head?
But then, like, the interesting part of that tweet, have you got the tweet up or did you copy that?
I've got the tweet.
Because I'm pretty sure it was Reaper. Someone did the math.
Reaper says, whales ejaculate approximately 20 litres of semen, which weighs around 1 gram per mil, so 20 kilos of cum. Assuming a whale ejaculates at the same speed as a human, it'd be the equivalent...
Yeah, that's right. I think I responded to this because it's feral. Oh, no. It was like there was so. Okay. It's so funny. No, fuck it. We're already halfway.
Assuming a whale ejaculates at the same speed as a human, it'd be the equivalent of a 4-year-old child being forced into your mouth at 40 kilometers an hour. Hope this helps.
Not in a sexual way. It's the way to-
And it gets so much fucking better. So sorry. Poor Kellen lost, sorry. I cannot believe I had a... Nick says, I cannot believe I had a legitimate answer in less than 20 minutes. The internet is fucking terrifying. Pete said, I can't believe you opted for a 4-year-old child as the weight equivalent when talking about being bludgeoned to death by cum. To which Reaper replied, it's an entirely appropriate comparison. Kids are just grown up cum.
Brings it back around. Brings it
Brilliant.
back around.
Brilliant.
You're going to wake up tomorrow morning and see your grown-up cum in the kitchen and be like,
oh my God.
So we're adults by that logic. Good point.
That's a good point.
Good
Oh,
point.
God.
Correct.
Wow.
Someone read that out on the talent show. Like, stop.
Oh, fuck. Someone reenact that as a scientific experiment as a talent, and you get first prize.
Oh, thank you, everyone.
I feel like we lost chat halfway through, but got them back. Got them back with the grown-up
Big
comment.
time. Oh, phenomenal! Jesus Christ.
Oh, what's this segment?
Pocket Dial.
Yeah.
Have we done the titles?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So Pocket Dial is the segment where people call in and leave us voice messages. We've got a number. It's 02-8405-7996.
They might leave complaints after the
100%. We've got a few calls in today. Peter, can we get the first one, please?
We sure can.
Hey there, this is Lucas Ratio calling. So I've gone through all the stages of grieving and have finally accepted that I have now lost my hair and I am bald. So I would like some advice on accessorizing with hat and headwear. I currently own 2 caps, both black, very boring and very basic. So I'd like to start accessorizing a little bit more with hats and headwear. The advice is greatly appreciated. Thanks.
Interesting. I don't know if anyone here is qualified to speak on... Has anyone shaved their head?
No, I've desperately wanted to so many times.
No, and I wouldn't say I wear a lot of hats.
All right, next caller.
I think, no, like what with my caps?
I guess my answer would be like, you don't need to accessorize it. You can just like you just own it and rock it. Because I guess I always feel like that there is a feeling like you need to hide your baldness, but that's totally not a thing. But then if it's just that you want to have like more options to like
keep your head warm, bald,
well, yeah,
bald
or
people
just
get a
like
cold head.
if styling hair is something that, you know, people get to do and you feel like you're missing out on that as an option and you want to replace that with like a fun accessory.
I think fun accessory is the key there. I think put some googly eyes on it. Draw a face.
I was going to say you've got yourself a canvas.
That's what I think.
But you could have a different hairstyle every day if you got a Sharpie.
You could have you know Kieran from Press Start. He was talking about getting a tattoo that's like a to-do list that's blank, and then he would just write in the tattoo with pen like the things that
and
he
rub
needs
it out
to do
once
to not.
it's,
Yeah, and
like,
then
you
just,
know.
yeah.
I
So
saw
it's like
a beautiful version of that the other day. Someone had an easel with a canvas on the
so they
inside of
just
their
doodle on
arm.
their arm
beautiful.
And so they just draw whatever they want on their
so
easel.
get something on your, like, you know, if you got a grocery shopping list or something that you could get tattooed on your head and always have
very
something.
convenient for you. Maybe your partner or the housemates can be like, let's just check. Yeah, okay, that's...
Every time it's like, what do we need to go for the shops again?
Yeah, that kind of thing. I would say, I don't know what stage you're at, and you were saying you've come to terms with it, and that's fantastic. I think often people who are like, have lost or are losing hair, it's like, I think the people I know who've done it, when they shave it all off and go, fuck it, I'm going to embrace just like, the bald looks amazing kind of thing.
I feel like that's where he's at.
It's like
which is great.
You're a cool new version of yourself.
Yeah, I've got one friend of mine who's got very, very thinning hair, and he's got now like the patch and all that, and I don't think he's ever going to shave it, so he's just going to go through that. It's just going to be drawn out. He's going to have to deal with like it just becoming thinner and thinner and thinner until he gets to that point. But I know people who then shave it off and be like, fuck it, I look great like this, and I'm sure you do as well. So that would be my advice.
But I
As
think
for hats and
definitely,
things-
I definitely think go put weird shit on your head.
You could get a cool Vikings tattoo along the side like this.
Yeah, have you considered a tattoo? Because it like, I mean, it is permanent, obviously. And it's almost more permanent because you can't grow hair out on to cover it up. But I like a tattooed head.
Lucas says I've embraced it, but want to accessorize. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still do. There's no hats that look any different that when you're bald. I think that's kind of the thing. So it's like
Wear
just
the fruit hat. You can wear beanies and whatever.
You just go like nuts with more hats and use it as an excuse to be like, that's why I now have a collection of hats. Become a hat collector, or like find a style you really like and go ham on that.
Be that guy that walks around with a bird on his head all the time.
You could also be the kind of person that has a wig collection, and then you get to pick what hair you have for the day.
Yes.
Because that'd be awesome if you had like, if you could have blue hair, red hair, whatever you wanted, and just have like a variety of styles as well, and just go nuts. But I know that can be quite expensive, and also a bad wig looks shit. So
just
Anton Chigurh's hair from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Sunscreen top of your head.
That's good. That's some real advice at the end of this.
This segment is never about real advice, which is why I think googly eyes.
Yeah, mixing it up with the advice segment.
Yeah,
googly eyes.
Cool. All right. We hope that helps. Second caller, please.
Hi, I'm Russell from The Adventures of Russell YouTube channel, and I wanted to know what you and the Pocketeers would like to know about Canberra, because I have a Canberra series, and I've done things like the Penis Owl and the Canberra Bus Stop, and I'm just stuck for ideas, and I just thought maybe the Pocketeers would have some. Anyway, love the show. I'll leave you to it. Have a good night. Bye.
We have a Woo Canberra in the chat, Garfield.
The first one?
What?
Penis owl?
Penis owl is what I heard. Yep.
I heard penis owl.
I double checked as well. He actually has a real YouTube channel. This is a real question.
What's the penis owl?
I'll find out. Well,
We're going to be watching. We're not going to help you make more content. We're just going to watch the
enjoy your
existing content.
The bus stops I get.
Well, I feel like we need to get a vibe.
Yeah,
So is it like
Yeah.
I'm guessing that he's like it's like
cool.
weird things to try and
You hear
do
that man's
in
voice?
Canberra.
That's a cool man.
Does little like videos on like, hey, you might not know about this thing. Here we go. An owl shaped like a penis, says Lucky Sloth.
Peter?
That's the owl penis?
Come on, welcome to the Adventures
Jesus.
of Russell the Canberra series. In this episode, we're checking out the National Carillion.
Oh, that's not the owl penis.
Oh, it looks phallic.
Sounds epic.
That's beautiful, that music.
The cameras.
Beautiful font.
Does Russell live in Canberra?
I hope so.
Otherwise, he would be paying a lot to get there to film.
Just to travel to Canberra?
Being founded as the nation's capital.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That's
All right,
cool.
nice. Things we might want to know about Canberra. I have noticed the bus stops because they're really
Scroll
fucking
ahead a little.
ugly.
And
they're over. And so I imagine I want to watch that video. I want to know about why there aren't any fences why no one's allowed a front yard fence in Canberra.
Is that a thing?
It is, I think. No one. Russell.
I want to know how true this is.
Shortest video ever.
Yeah.
This is not.
Well, that's
a
why
thing.
I need more information. But every house in Canberra can't have a fence taller than the house, a front fence, so you can't block your house out.
Yeah, right.
Go drive through Canberra.
Okay.
Is that like an aesthetic thing?
I think Russell,
Can anyone?
you're not allowed to now. I think that's the thing. It was like
Open
aesthetically,
front
they
yards
were
here,
like,
says Violet Wind.
Wow.
I would like to know. What do I want to know? I want to know about haunted houses in Canberra. That's what I want to know about. I want to know if there's any sort of like murder house, or this is where a politician went and.
I mean, that's everywhere.
I want to know about the weird shit that's like legal in ACT but not legal anywhere else. Because aren't there a few
Fireworks and porn was the thing for a long time, but I think
yeah, it was marijuana.
I thought marijuana was like it wasn't legal to sell it, but it was like if you are in possession of it, it's not illegal, which is like a weird.
No front
loophole-y
fences,
thing.
and no one's allowed to block more than 70% of your view into the house. So you'll drive around Canberra, and you're like, something feels weird. And
Wait, no one's allowed to block 70% of your view
in or out of the house.
Oh.
So it's like you drive around Canberra and you get this weird kind of like gated community vibe where you're like, I can see into everyone's
open
house.
Interesting.
And like their cars are parked on the lawn out the front, not in the drive. That's the thing that I went, what the heck?
You can grow personal amounts of weed.
Oh, right. You
Fine
can
personal
grow it,
amounts.
but you're not allowed to sell it. Hence why you
70% of the points.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I want to know about scary places in Canberra.
Yeah, that's cool.
I want to know more about your thing's great.
Fence gate
The
thing.
fence thing is a really good one.
It's because they designed Canberra, and then when they're finished, they're like, oh, it's got no personality because we over-designed everything.
Yeah.
Including those
Everyone
fucking
pull
bus
down your
stops.
fancy fences.
Have you seen the bus stops?
Well, he's made a video about the bus stop.
Watch the bus stop video. Not now, but
No, I'm going to look up Canberra bus stop because
Look
I
at
don't
them.
know about the bus stop.
they look weird.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, it's like a little bunker.
And they're just in the middle of nowhere. You're just driving down a big area between suburbs.
Yeah,
and there's
right.
just one there, and you're like, that's
I like it though. I actually dig these. This is cool. Like it is personality. Even if it's bad, it's still personality, right? Yeah, that's fun. Okay, cool.
I want to know if there's any interesting flora in fauna.
Mhm.
No one cares about plants.
No.
I want to know if there's anything interesting fauna in Canberra that is noteworthy. Just noteworthy. I know there's going to be kangaroos and stuff, but
what about?
Or you mean it could be a kangaroo? Sorry, it could be a kangaroo, but it's like this. We call this one Skippy because
this is the one that kicks everyone into the Lake Belly Griffin.
Totally, yeah.
Oh, so you mean like an infamous creature?
Yeah.
Right.
Just something interesting about the animal.
Yeah.
Like
There'll
the-
be some
like
weird
the seal
Parliament
at the
laws,
upper
like
house.
you're not allowed to roll up the hill of Parliament or something. There'll be those weird old draconian
there was
laws
the
that are like,
there was the
make no
law,
sense.
the mate law.
if you
so
not allowed to
I've
call
got it
them
here.
back,
We
but it
got
was
it
only for a day.
Yeah. So New South Wales ministers. So New South Wales ministers were told. That the Parliament House had a ban on employees using the word mate to people, and it lasted 1 day, and then they withdrew it.
Why? Why?
Because they thought it made like the security guards and the people at the reception and stuff. It seemed unprofessional that they were calling people mate all the time.
Were like establishing a closer connection with people than you should be in a professional
I
environment.
think it's more just that it sounded it sounded super casual, like pub talk.
Oh, and
Like,
they
"G'day, mate, how
have
you going?"
international
Like,
guests.
Yes,
coming in
yeah. And so they went, okay, no one in Parliament House is allowed to say mate anymore, and the ban lasted 24 hours, and they were like, this is ridiculous. And then
Because they were busy jerking off on everyone's desk.
that's exactly it.
So
yeah.
The mate thing didn't seem so like
On
out of line.
the scale.
Yeah.
On the scale. Cool. Next, hope you gave it some good ideas there, Russell. Do the jerking off the desk thing as well. Okay, question 3.
Hi, it's just Peyton. I have a little bit of a problem. I don't have a nickname. My family calls me Miss P quite a bit, and I've grown up with the classic painting a picture, painting the wall. But for some unknown reason, those nicknames kind of didn't seem to stick. And I was wondering if you could possibly help me find out what my official nickname will be. Whatever you choose will be my one and only nickname for the rest of my life, so maybe don't make it a shit one. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
It's Bussy.
I love it.
Jesus.
He said bussy. If you're not watching the Rings of Power recap, that doesn't make sense and it might seem incredibly offensive, but actually it was brilliant. Because I was going to say, we can now refer to her as this nickname for the next 3 recaps. So, yeah.
I never had a nickname in high school. I remember when we all got to make our year 12 jerseys, mine just said Steph on the back of it.
Peyton is such a cool name, though.
Peyton's a great name.
That's the thing. I'm like, having a nickname is important to lots of people, and it's like for her, it's a normal name, but for me, I haven't heard that name a lot. I think it's really cool and unique. But
I like that when I heard that she wanted a nickname, the first thing that came to my mind is the first thing that often comes to my mind whenever anyone asks my advice about anything, and that is Taylor Swift. And I think she should be Pepe. I like the idea. I'm going to start calling her Pepe.
Payday.
I think I hate it.
Pepe.
Yeah, I hate Pepe.
Pepe.
I like Payday.
Payday.
I like Payday.
Payday?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, yeah, that also reminds me of the heist game.
Peydey.
Payday.
Payday.
It's an
looks like
American
PD.
chocolate bar, though.
Pepe's cute, dolphin pants.
Yeah.
Hey, of course,
I like
everything's
that.
cute when you go nay and gay and pay and stay. It's just like it's kid talk, it's baby talk.
But it's also like a nickname shouldn't have to
why
just
is it
be
hateful to
a
kids?
version of your name. Do you know what I mean? Like people had like fun names attached to stories and memories that people had of them, and then an event that happened, and then they became.
It's tricky.
Blah.
Tricky to manufacture one.
Dichotic said PayPal, which is cool, but also it's a finance brand.
Make them pay. If you're going to use that, make them pay you.
Yeah.
PayPal
Yeah.
needs to pay you to change your name to that. JP, short for Just Payton. JP's not bad.
Pay Diddy. Pay Diddy, I like.
It says Odin's They.
Pay Diddy, I like.
Yeah.
PK.
PK's really good because surname starts with a K.
Yeah, Kilgour.
PK.
PK's
really
good.
cool.
PK's good.
PK's the gum.
I do like PK.
I like PK.
The gum doesn't exist anymore, so they can't sue you.
I loved PK.
PK was fucking awesome.
Wasn't it the juice?
Juicy fruit though
Juicy
was
fruit
better.
is probably better.
Yeah.
I think
Juicy
we mixed it up with juicy fruit. Mate. Oh god. PK. I really
Did
PK's
you have
cute.
nicknames in high school? Did you have?
People called me Richie or Richard.
We talked about this. We were saying we just got
Richie or
surnames.
Richo?
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, that's a dude
Yeah.
thing though, isn't it? They call each other.
And very Aussie as well, just
Girls
to
don't
like
call each other by each other's surnames.
a syllable
E. It was either Richie, Richio, or get him.
My
Get him.
sister's name is Karen, so she got shortened to Kaz, which is very Australian
KK.
also.
Yeah.
KK.
Just shy of
Then when I got to
a horror
uni,
story.
I got Bender a lot.
Yeah.
Bender. Bender.
I call you-
Fuck. That works on so many levels.
Yeah. I call you Bendy Dicks.
You don't.
But everyone's about to start.
We'll introduce your packs. And Bendy Dicks.
And it's stiff bendy dicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, the trouble is you gotta be careful asking for nicknames, otherwise that happens.
Yeah,
I think PK
Yeah, totally.
PK's pretty good. I'm trying to see. Peyton said that Pepe had a run and it didn't stick.
Payload.
So I haven't
Payload's
seen her
cool
say.
as well.
That was Dill's in the chat.
Payload makes me think of cum.
Okay.
I agree. Payload
It makes me think of a 4-year-old being shot at my mouth at 40 kilometers.
Oh no! I just hear like a chair move. Like I don't. Will just feel.
Will, have you got any suggestions?
No, I did see someone saying Payonce, which I think is fun.
Payonce.
Yeah, I think. Speaking of nicknames in high school, I got Buronce. I've brought this up
that's
before
good.
because of my big ass.
Yep.
I was
Killer
Willy.
P.
So I think the key with a
Get a
nickname.
normal sized butt.
I do, but it was this size when I was half the
Oh,
height.
so you had to grow into it.
Yeah,
It's like me saying I was this size when I was in year 7, like I was this high, and you're just like my ass was the size of the 30-year-old when I was 40.
30-year-old ass when I was
Sans kill
playing handball.
Yeah.
Killer P.
So I think
Killer Peas. They're in my eyes.
Payne said, Steph, if we take a photo together, it's Bendy Dixon payload. I think the important thing with a nickname is it needs to roll off your tongue and sound like a nickname. And I think that's why like words for me never really work, like existing words like payload or whatever. You won't say that to someone in public.
That's your sporting nickname
It
when you're
sounds
like,
forced, exactly.
and it's like, this is Nick, the payload of.
Yeah, it's like Cum Dog, the football guy. You know about that?
No.
The Cum Dog?
No.
Yeah. So footballer.
Russell, make a video.
Are you talking about soccer or are you talking about American NFL?
I'm talking about he's a half Australian, half Scottish soccer player.
Yeah.
And his nickname is Cum Dog. And it's like he completely owns it. And that is just genuinely what he is referred to as. He's
his surname Cummings.
Yeah, Jason Cummings. I think it's Jason Cummings. He's the striker for the Socceroos.
Because it's like you say J-Dog or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's why I think PK's great.
Yeah.
I think because PK, you need to feel comfortable shouting it across like a Woolworths aisle or something.
Yeah.
Cum Dog. Stay dog. Dog.
Pick
Down dog.
Okay, good.
Player kills as arcade blob. Pretty good.
We're going to try
PK.
PK on for size next week, and we'll see how it feels.
good.
All right, next question, please, Peter.
4, right?
Yep.
Hi. Your application for being the first Australian branch of Mystery Incorporated International has progressed to the second stage of processing. To further your application, please detail which archetype in an Australian Scooby gang you would most identify with.
Oh, it's a Scooby-Doo
Archetypes
thing?
include the Fred, a dependable trap setter, the Velma, a book-smart mystery solver, the Daphne, an adaptable but accidental clue finder, a Shaggy, the foodie and self-preserving bait, the Scooby-Doo, the dependable heart, or the Angel Dynamite, the soothing voice and wise sage on comms. Other secondary mystery gang archetypes can be submitted into your answer. Please direct your response to camera and wait 3 to 5 business weeks for the outcome of your application after answering. Thank you.
Cool.
So I've written them down. First of all, not to rip on the collar, I believe it's archetype, but that's fine. So Fred, the dependable trap setter, Velma, the book-smart mystery solver, Daphne, adaptable but accidental clue finder, Shaggy, I think he said foodie and self-preserving bait, or maybe he meant foodie. Maybe it's foodie because Shaggy ate a lot, so maybe it was foodie.
Zoinks!
High all the time.
Yeah.
Scooby, dependable heart, Angel Dynamite, soothing wise sage on comms.
Velma.
You're the book-smart mystery solver.
Oh, wait. Who's the sexy redhead? That's me.
You're Daphne, the adaptable but accidental clue finder.
Yeah. I'm a Scooby or a Shaggy for sure.
That couldn't have gone better.
I heard something else.
You also said Thelma, like, aggressively when you first said it as well. Thelma.
I love that you said, I'm Velma. And I said in disbelief, book-smart mystery solver as a dig, and you instantly agreed. Okay, so you're Daphne. You're the adaptable but accidental clue finder.
There it is.
I think that's true.
Yep.
What are you?
I'm a Scooby or a Shaggy.
So you're the I think you're very Scooby, the dependable heart. But you are also a foodie, so that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am very food motivated.
Pete, you're
And
Fred.
I feel like there's also
What's Fred?
Dependable trap setter.
Yeah.
I set a lot of traps around here.
Yeah.
Isn't Velma is losing her glasses and
and
can't find anything
Yeah.
and stumbles into the answer?
Yeah. I'm Velma, book-smart mystery solver.
Yeah.
That's you.
And like the sexiest cosplay.
It's true. Yeah, because Velma's the hot one.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's Daphne, but
Daphne's
Velma's
not.
sneaky, the kinky one.
Yeah.
And then Will, your Angel Dynamite, the soothing white sage on comms.
I was gonna say I'm scrappy because I live inside Rowan Atkinson. I just control all these.
Is that Double Dicks?
No one saw that movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's not our generation.
It's alright.
No, it's Will's.
I like the idea of him being Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo's cute.
You are
Who
Scrappy.
is Scrappy Doo?
It's Scooby's
It's
son.
Scooby's son.
But
The Freddie
he
Prinze
speaks
William?
English. He speaks fluent
Yeah.
English.
Freddie Prinze William?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Was Fred.
Was Fred?
Freddie Prinze William is like a trivia show question.
Is
Currently-
Nightmare on Elm Street meets
a drag queen.
Yeah.
Prince William.
But Scooby could only say Zoinks.
Yeah, not his son.
What was that?
Whereas Scrappy actually received like so many hate mail, they actually had to remove him from the show. So I hope that doesn't happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why he's...
Is it because he was
That's
a bit
why he
smug?
basically doesn't exist a lot of the time. It's like people just hate him.
I think that because he was very
He's like,
very
oh boy, oh boy.
precocious.
Yeah.
And I think as well it kind of
Scooby's nephew. They were all nephews.
Nephew.
it also kind of like
Cousin.
it kind of broke the fragile reality of the show being this is a literal talking dog as opposed to Scooby, who is a dog that sounds like it. They've taught it words.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah.
slang.
Yeah.
Just says like,
Whereas like Scrappy Doo was literally like, let me
Put him up! Put him up!
Put
That
him
was-
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
horrible.
William way less now.
Yeah. I will point out as well that Scrappy Doo was a character that was introduced in 1979, approximately 20 years before Will was born. Good. We got one more question. So we got Fred, Daphne, Shaggy/Scooby, Velma, Angel Dynamite. That worked out perfect.
Yeah. I don't know if I have to pick, if I have to land on one for
can
any
try.
specific purpose.
Oh, you mean that there might be a follow-up?
I don't know.
Well, I think we've put a lot of pressure on whoever that was, and I
There
look
may be a
forward to
follow-up
seeing what they
in
do.
3 to 5 working weeks.
I like that. Okay, good. Final question, please.
G'day, Back Pocket. I was sitting on site today, enjoying the silence while we had lunch, and I had a thought. What's the fastest way to turn a comfortable silence into an awkward one? And then I thought, the best person to ask this is Gus. So, Gus, what do you do during a comfortable silence?
well, they're never comfortable.
That's my secret.
That's my secret. I'm never comfortable. Was the question, what's the best way
To make a comfortable silence awkward because he on the work side thinks it'd be fun to while everyone's just sitting around chilling. Throw something out there that's going to cause some fun tension for him because he knows that he set it up.
I know the actual answer to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that in advance. It just happens organically. So unlike you who'll be like, here's a good answer for this, I'd just be like, put me in that scenario and it'll happen. Post-show rope.
I think it's noises to fill the silence because you can't think of something to say. Like that's the first thing that happens as soon as there's a silence that descends over conversation. People panic and then go, well.
Yeah, as soon as someone brings attention to the fact that it's quiet,
so
they start to make it awkward by being like, oh, that person's feeling uncomfortable, and then everyone feels uncomfortable that someone's uncomfortable.
It stops being a silence and starts being just...
That is the correct answer. It's when someone can go so far as to being like, it's awkward. Like, which you have done. Everything's gone quiet and you've said the words, this is awkward. And I'm like, what? I was totally comfortable. It's something that you are actually great at, which is being in someone's presence and being quiet.
I love being in someone's presence and being quiet.
Yeah. And so, it took me a second to make sure that everything was chill, but it became a true joy in our friendship is knowing that if you're hanging out with Steph, you don't need to talk. It's fine. And when someone has something to say, they do it. But yeah, drawing attention to the silence is the number one thing to make it awkward.
We can go like 2-hour car rides and not really talk at all.
Yeah.
We're both doing our own thing in our own heads.
Ripey, my boy, says, bring up whale cum, and I don't mean cough it up.
Is that by Ribey, my boy, who would cough it up and go, my boy, my 4-year-old?
I just think it's also like, I mean, we all talk so much shit, but I hate the idea of feeling like you need to fill space with stuff.
Yeah.
I think I remember at one point, maybe it was like right after COVID, and we just spent a lot of time at home. We were in the car, and there was silence for a while, and then I was like, I just got really into Sultana brand this year.
Yeah.
And you went, that might be the most boring thing you've ever said. And I was like, yeah. And then you went, the worst part is, I know you got really into it.
I was buying it.
I live with you. I watched you pour it into the bowl every morning. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, that's an example of a time where I could have just stayed quiet.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
I feel like I was laughing the moment you said it.
Yeah.
Because the follow-up is like, are we out? And you're like,
No. Do you want some?
No, I got a box and a spare. It's still good.
Saw some people in chat were talking about comment on whoever, so specifically for our caller, because he's working on the construction site.
Also, who I think construction site workmates, it sounds like they want to throw a cat amongst the pigeons, not just like make an awkward cough, but say like, so I was in bed with my wife last night, or just something that would cause everyone to go,
Well, one of
"Whoa."
the suggestions was just comment on whichever guy has the biggest eyelashes. Someone
great.
said if you're listening to music, just say, so who's fucked to this song?
Wow.
That'll go down heaps well.
That'd be great.
That'll go down heaps well.
That would be very funny, actually.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
No, nothing. I was just reading chat.
Sorry, because I was scrolling and I was like, I don't want to miss something.
It's just this chat is very
It's so small.
compressed.
Wiggle your eyebrows at someone.
Slow wink.
Slow wink, yep. Move your mouth like you're about to speak, but stop. Says Dylan's 42, which is a good one.
That's a real...
I think that the other real answer is that a lot of the time, and I'm only picking on you because the caller did, is you'll often, in a moment when it's quiet, bring up again the thing that we just finished talking about.
Yeah.
Because you feel like I need to.
We're not done yet.
Like we're not done yet, and it's like, no, we were done. Everyone's across it, and then you're like, so. And then you sort of recap, and it's like just come off a recap.
Previously on the conversation we just had. You're looking for the skip intro, skip recap button. Totally.
You can't skip it.
Too good. Good. Okay, great. Well, these are all great suggestions, and I feel like we've really learned something about each
So
other.
this is awkward is very spot on.
Yeah. That's because the actual thing about that is like you've instantly thrown everybody in the error because everyone was like, "Oh, I thought this was fine,"
and you can't fight it because even though you were fine, saying that
you're not fine now.
You're not fine now.
And it's that person's attempt to alleviate the awkwardness, but it's never successful.
Yep. I agree.
Someone was the first time chat just yelled, "Show the pedicure,
woman,"
that's fucking awkward. Like that, if that's what you were going for.
See you later. That's a manicure, you fucking fool.
No, the fingers are just the toes of the hands.
The fingers match the drapes or whatever.
Well, technically they do. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you very much, everyone, for calling in. If you want to call in to Pocket Dial, there is a link in the announcements in the Discord, and it's on our socials as well. All right. That's the end of the show. We did it. Which means we're 1 minute closer to the post show.
Okay.
Rope boy.
We get to play DTF.
Oh,
yes.
We made up a game, and we're going to see if we can remember it. And
we only got halfway through the game.
Yeah.
Oh, we get to play DTF. God damn, I would have forgotten that. Well done, Steph. Before we are DTF, though, we are D to C, which is we're down to credits. Because we need to thank everyone who makes this show possible, and that is the Back Pocket patrons. Huge thank you to our top stitchers. You know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you're about to find out because you're in our credits. Whose turn?
I think it's Gus's turn.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a couple. Yeah, because you
I did
sped
it last
up.
week.
You were nice and quick.
Yeah, we're doing the.
Let's bring out the credits, Gus.
The gags.
Make it awkward.
Let's say thanks to all our special patrons. Of course, the mods, Gat, Syntax Error, Kit Carnage, Liz Dahlia, Sith Cat, Phoenix Online, Disturb778, GX, Goose, What the Shark, and of course, Top Stitches, Pockety Wrangler, Little Miss Starlet, Gus's Beard Wrangler, Dump Days, Department of Donuts is Honey Bun Buns, Bot Lubricator, We Are Robots and Limbot, Foot Severer, Moth Captain, Foot Licker, it's Jep, Costume Department, Oranishi, Remover of Foot from Gus's Mouth, Babbling Boffin, Back Pockets, Legal Team, Crash, Nick's own legal team for his dumb mouth, that'd be BuriBuri. Head Technician, Kane Lavos. Scotty Groomer, Glowing Might. Gaming Department, Emperor 18. Naming Department, Osnaminator, Best Boy, Eva Ray. Worst Boy, Evil Spy Boy, Boxy. Scotty Feeders, BT Nano, and Super Studios. Scotty's Feeder, well, that'd be Slowponk and Zeke. Scotty's Wranglers, that'll be... Are you shaking your head? Have I got something wrong?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, Bifurus and Snail XD. Wangler Toxichalk, Peters, Cable Guy Woolsey. World Designer Timothy Gaffer. Holder of Gaffer Tape is Bmac. Steph's Attention Grabber, Daywalker 16. Assistant to Steph's Attention Grabber for when she loses attention, Daisy 86. Fire Starting Department, Ninja Pyro. Steam Refunder, Badge. Stunt Coordinator, Backflips, RhysWild. Community, Hot Boy, Nicrotex, and his Hot Boys, the Coastal City, Convexia. Assistant Remover of Sugar from Coke, Kale Cool Aid. Executive Show Canceller, Raj. Remover of Sass Sasslers, Replacer of Sass, Skivoric, House Band, Muser for Hire, Middlecee. Fuck. Environmental Officer, Hungry Tree, Dinosaur Supervisor, Phil Tippett, Bird Supervisor, Loki Cat, and Pocket Business Partner, Dream PC. Down.
Nice
work.
Almost.
Dang.
Almost.
Well done.
Tight and hot.
That was solid.
Tight and hot.
That was solid.
Breaking news.
Please.
So don't know how true this is, but it's 2022.
Breaking news doesn't need to be true news.
My mate Connor just sent me a message. Apparently, Ferrari has said that Mattia Binotto has been fired
What?
as principal of Ferrari F1 team.
Why?
Because all they fucking do is commit his own forced errors. Their car was great, their drivers are great, and the strategy is cooked the whole time. Don't know whether or not this is entirely true, but it is coming in hot. So we'll keep track of that over the post show.
Yeah, this is where you come to for all your F1 news.
Look how excited everyone in. Look at the people in the chat.
There's a lot of whats, but we don't know if that's because they're going what or going what.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm part of the second one there.
Oh my god, not the principal.
Jumping on the train.
There
They're
you
meant
go.
to lead the students into
Shit
the
strategies
future.
this Saturday.
Lapscallion, is it because he fucked the car? Good flashback to a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. If you want to continue following what we do here on Backpocket, then head to patreon.com/Backpocket to become a member of the Patreon. Head to Backpocket Vids on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. We're going to be at PAX next week, so there'll be no show next week. There will be the show at 6:30 p.m. on Friday for the Backpocket Talent Show. Will Edo is
5 p.m. on the Saturday.
5 p.m. on Saturday.
How many liters of milk again? Sorry, Will.
Pardon?
How many liters of milk?
Many. Whatever fits in my tummy.
We have
that is the coolest person saying the least coolest sentence I've ever seen. How much fits in my tummy? Is that cocaine you're smuggling or milk you're drinking? Jesus.
and we've got the Backpocket meetup on the Saturday at 4 p.m. Keep an eye on the Discord announcements channel. We'll let you know where that's going to happen.
If you can't make it to PAX and you can't get there, I believe our show will be streamed on the PAX channel. So
one of three.
On one of the three PAX channels, if you can't make it to Melbourne, can't make it to PAX, you can catch the talent show in all its glory on the PAX Twitch channel. Yeah.
Shit.
What?
Blob's fucking badge is still in the PO box.
Oh, God. This.
I should go get that.
Oh, it'll be in the PO box. Yeah.
Yeah. I should get that on the way home.
You can access it outside of hours.
Yeah, I think you can get into.
Yeah, we should be able to get
it's still on the outside. As long as it's just an envelope, it should be fine. Yeah, cool.
Oh my god, you guys. We'll make it work no matter what.
It'll be fine. But yeah, we'll get. I'll give you mine. It's fine.
We've got connections.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We're done. It's time for the post show with Loki Cat. Loki Cat, of course, our favorite host of the post show.
Sorry.
What?
Bird fucker.
Oh, that's not what I heard. No longer.
But that was said as though, oh well, that's fine. I heard something disgusting.
What did you say?
Oh, I thought you said something horrible.
I thought you said friend of the show. So Loki Cat, thank you for sponsoring the post show. We'll see you there with some rope-related stories, and hopefully, Loki Cat, you too, a DTF. Until next week, when we see you all at PAX, let's back it out.
Backing it out.